important message. Please hold for a very important message. Please hold for a very important message.
Foodiegang, gang, gang. Foodiegang, gang, gang. Foodiegang, gang, gang. Hey, what is going on? What is going on, Foodie Gang? Can y'all hear me okay? Can y'all hear me? Let me make sure the sound is coming through correct. But you are tuned in for Time for Tea at 9:07. Good eats. And we are going on early today because I have some last minute schedule changes. And I did change the topic because so absolutely crazy. And hey, good morning, best friend. Good morning. Good morning. Let me get that banner scrolling across the screen. Okay, girl. I'm glad you're here. And we're gonna be doing a live stream together tomorrow. Talking about food stamps. We briefly touched on that subject, and I saw how everyone loved the topic and everyone has something to chime in. We are going to talk about food stamps tomorrow. We are going to be doing a late time for tea tomorrow, and the video's already set up. Okay, we were going to be talking about Cardi B this morning, but I changed that to later on today. We'll be talking about Cardi B. So you guys know I've been covering the 10 inmates from New Orleans that escaped. We've been covering it, and so far there's 2 inmates on the loose that are left. One of the inmates actually posted a video on Instagram Live explaining his innocence and how the system was corrupt according to him. Very strange. I've never seen this before, so we're gonna talk about it. Hey, Gold 919 Eatings. Hey, he said, let's go cook some steaks. That's what I wanna see. Y'all, okay, so we should be having some okay weather this weekend, but don't quote me on it. As soon as we get sunny outside, we're gonna go outside and we're gonna grill. Until then, we're gonna be cooking in the oven and on the stove, y'all. We're gonna be cooking in the oven and on the stove. Eric said, "You up early with new tea, y'all." 24-hour news cycle, but okay, so I had a rough day sleeping yesterday. Me and Ava had a rough time. I was up this morning kind of working on some last minute things, and I saw this video of it was Antoine Massey talking, and I watched the whole thing, the whole 9 minutes. And I want to see what you guys are gonna think, but we have been covering this inmate story, so I definitely wanted to bring this into y'all too. Derek Hoves and Anton Massey are still on the loose, but we are going to hear from Anton Massey. He posted a video on, I don't know if it was his IG or somebody else's IG, explaining his side of the story. And I said, we never hear this because if the inmates that were captured, we're never going to hear their side. We're never going to hear their side. The only way that we're going to hear his side is him saying it. So in this video, he made some allegations. He calling out the deputies. He's calling out the New Orleans jail system, which we concluded during one of our live streams. We concluded that they had help, so we already knew that. So we knew that already. So, but to hear him saying it, we're all thinking it, but we have yet to see public officials take ownership of anything, of anything that went on. So, I thought I had already dropped the link in here to one of the past videos we did. Let me see. Okay, so we've been talking about the inmates, and then also we had a. Hang on, let me get the title to make sure I'm reading it right. And y'all, it is so early, so bear with me. Okay, we had a former cop reacts to 10 New Orleans inmates escaping, and we've been covering this topic extensively since it first happened. It was unbelievable. It was like out of a movie. And now that we're hearing the actual inmate tell us all the story, I mean, the whole thing is just crazy. Like, it's crazy. And Antoine Massey is alleging that he was let out. He made some big allegations during his Instagram live. He also had receipts with him. I could not read the receipts, but he had receipts. So the whole thing is just crazy. Okay, so this is the video we did with the former cop reacts to the 10 New Orleans inmates escaping. We've been covering the topic. A lot going on. I don't know if anybody's up yet. I'm gonna drop the link if you want to come up here and react to any of the content. And if you don't, look, I am not mad because it is very early. And then later on today, we are going to be talking about Cardi B and that whole situation. It's a mess, and that's why I had to move that situation down until later on in the day because I was just like, I don't even want to hear y'all Cardi B be going in. But we're gonna talk about that later on today, and then tomorrow we're gonna talk about food stamps. Oh my goodness! Before I got on live, there was this story where there was 600 or $66 million in food stamp fraud. I'm like, how? How do you like? That's a lot of food stamps. So we're gonna be talking about that one probably during tomorrow's live stream. But yeah, 66 million in fraud. They had to have help from the government because there's no way. And Mukavelli 16 said, "What's good? You got a new setup for live?" No, I'm just in a different spot. I'm actually in the room because my daughter, she's been sleeping on the couch. So no, I just have different spots that I go live out of. So it looks like I'm always somewhere different, but it's the same house. How are you doing? Y'all make sure y'all tap the like button. Um, Subscribe to the channel, get you a membership, support the channel by sending the super chat, stars on Facebook, and all that good stuff. Okay, y'all, my bad. Let me put my. I promise you, nobody was hitting me up until I got on here. It happened every time. Like nobody, my phone would be so dry. And the moment I hop on here, that's when it gets starts going off. Okay, so we don't have right into the content. We ain't got time to waste. I'm gonna share my screen and y'all tell me if y'all think that this is Anton Massey. Best friend, what you laughing at? Cause you know what I'm talking about. Your phone be so dry. And you get on live when everybody start calling. They need a job. They need you to come help them. It's like, bro, I've been sitting here all day and nobody called me. And then and I've said nothing new that happens to me. Yes. So um Saturday. We didn't do Sunday dinner, but we ended up kicking off season 4 of my live show, Kitchen Talk with Chef Big Bang, where we primarily do a lot of cooking, we do food reviews, and we do a lot of different stuff. Bro, I tell you, I swear, we were on live for like 20 minutes. My brother called and needed a jump. And my other sister ended up calling back off her phone. I'm like, bro, we've been up here I've been up here, and we were talking like probably like 30 minutes to an hour before we even went live. As soon as we get on live, I swear, it's like, are y'all watching me? Mukavelli said, folks, we missing you and happy to see you. Look, this y'all time, Foodiegang, okay? This is our time for tea. We're gonna get into it and we're gonna be messy. I don't want nobody distracting us. Yeah, this is our time. So let me share my screen. Y'all tell me if y'all think this is Anton Massey. Oh, and I didn't even get to share the video with you guys, but I did tell you guys about it. Remember when I told y'all Anton's Massey's aunt was going off and was acting super, super crazy? If we have time today, I'll play that video. Her video did take place before this video. This was very, very recent. Um, when I pull up the video, we can get the timestamp. Okay, y'all. This was 16 hours ago. So like I said, very recent. It all just going down. Let me make this a little bit bigger. Okay, so so when I logged on, I was like, what the heck? On the YouTube, I was like, wait, what is this? That is Anton Massey, one of the escaped inmates from New Orleans that is still on the run. I was like, what am I looking at? And so, y'all know I'm nosy and I'm messy, so I clicked on the video. And I said, "Can I move my headphones on so we can hear it together?" So what's going on? So I clicked on the video and I watched the whole thing, and then y'all know I gotta research. I gotta see what everybody's saying, and then I went and looked up different content creators to see what they were saying about this video. But we're gonna get into it. Let me make sure I got my sound right. Okay. We good. Let me get the fair use up here. This is Anton Massey. They 10 prisoners or 10 inmates escaped from a New Orleans jail about 2 weeks ago. Out of those 10 prisoners, 8 prisoners or 8 inmates have been located. Anton Massey and Derek Groves, I believe his last name is, are still on the run. So he made this live. He went live while he is on the run. And the allegations that he had to make during this live stream, some big allegations. But I don't think it's far-fetched from what we're looking at. So let's get this pulled up. Let's get right into the content. Let's see what he got to say. That's him with the tattoos on his face. He got a little Poe up there. um, he looks healthy. His outfit is very nice. Wherever he's at is a nice place. You can tell that somebody is recording this video of him. And let's go ahead and play it, y'all. Let's get into it. Make sure my sound is right.
I'm one of the ones that was let out.
No, I don't hear nothing. What the heck?
Massey. I'm one of the ones that was let out of the GC. What I want to talk about today is as far as why I was in Orleans Parish Jail. I was in custody for almost 8 months. All right, 6 months, something like that. I was in there for theft of a motor vehicle and domestic abuse involving strangulation. That's what I was in Orleans Parish for. Okay, but before I was in Orleans Parish, I was in a jail called St. Tammany Detention Center. All right, St. Tammany Jail here in St. Tammany Parish. There's two different parishes, Orleans and St. Tammany. Okay, today what I want to talk about is that I was on second-degree kidnapping, second-degree rape, domestic abuse, battery involving strangulation, domestic abuse, battery, violation of protective order, right? On this woman right here, her name is Diamond White. That's her name. This is a district attorney drop form right here. And she's not a child, she's an adult, a full adult. I was dating this woman. This is a legalized affidavit saying all allegations against me is false. You remember, all allegations against me is false. I was nowhere around her or none of that during the timing of the date, which was November the 10th of 2024. Okay, so I was in St. Tammany, right, and I was on a regular domestic charge, right. So they put a parole hold on me because I was on a domestic charge. So with that being said, is that once that occurred, and the charges was refused or whatever, they shipped me to Orleans Parish where I had more open charges. It was the theft of a motor vehicle and the domestic abuse, battery, involving strangulation. So once I got in Orleans Parish Jail, all right, I have from the district attorney's office, this woman who they say that I initially raped in another parish and in Orleans Parish, is the same woman here. It's not different females, it's the same grown woman, not a child, a grown woman. Okay, she did the same thing in Orleans Parish, right? Correct. I'm about to show you how the system is corrupted. Okay, she did this, right? Saying all allegations against me.
Okay, so he has his paperwork here. He is alleging that the system is corrupt, which is not crazy considering that 10 inmates walked out. That we clearly knew that they had to have had help. He's also saying that the woman that brought the charges on him, on him, has dropped those charges. One thing I will say is that even if somebody drops the charges, the state can pick them up. And maybe that is what's happening here, but he is pleading his case to the internet, which sounds kind of crazy, but social media does get your message out there quickly. And if he hadn't have done this, we on the outside would never know any of this was going on. And so I don't necessarily agree with everything he got going on, but I can see why he did it. I do sympathize and I can see why he did what he did because let's be real here. Once they take him into custody, we might never hear from him again. When they do capture him, his life is going to look very, very different because not only is he calling them out and saying that they're corrupt, but you've been on the run for about 2 weeks. So people they're gonna be real angry when they do catch him. So he has the paperwork here, and he's making some big allegations. He's saying that they corrupt. The woman dropped the charges. So what are y'all holding me for?
It's false, and she even saying it. She let them know the truth that I never did this to her. I never hit her. I was nowhere around her. Nothing. She got mad and thought that I was dealing with another woman. That's why she did what she did to me. You know what I'm saying? Another thing too. Once I got into Orleans Parish, I was there for like a month or something like that. Okay, a lot went on as that time progressed. Okay, if you was an innocent person and you know the judges and DA know that this person is saying that all the charges that you're on that you did not do, why was you still in jail? Louisiana have the highest incarceration rate in the world for putting black people away. Yes, at the end of the day, in my younger life, I'm not gonna lie, I was causing problems. I was young. My daddy got killed when I was 7 years old. My mom had to raise 4 children by herself, so I had to find a way to try to help my mother.
In the auntie's video that I watched, but we haven't been able to share with y'all, we haven't had time yet. The auntie did corroborate this particular story about his father being unalive when he was younger and the family watching it. And she also said in her video that that particular incident really affected the family and they haven't been able to move past it. And she's saying that that is why he operates the way he does because of the trauma he faced as a kid. A lot of people don't feel like that's an excuse, and I'm not saying it is. I'm telling y'all what I heard, okay? Because we all go through stuff as a kid. We all have our stories, and nobody's life is perfect. That does not give you an excuse or a reason or a crutch to then come on to be a bad person in life. Everyone needs to be accountable for his decisions. And it sounds like he did take a little bit of accountability, a very little bit, a little bit of accountability.
You feel what I'm saying? But as time went on, the person that I once was, I'm not that person today. That is not who I am. I have a 3-year-old son. I have an 18-year-old daughter that graduated yesterday, supposed to be. At the end of the day, that people don't understand that they see that I'm armed and dangerous. I have a heart. People that know me know that at the end of the day, I am a good person. So I'm asking for help from the world, from Meat Mills, Lil Wayne, Young Boy, Donald Trump. I'm asking for these people. I couldn't even.
Yeah. Okay, so y'all know Trump is out here pardoning a lot of people, and now everybody kind of want to get saved, and I don't blame them. But this, it's different for us everyday average folks. Like the people that Trump did pardon, they all have money. We average everyday people. You know what I'm saying? So, but you're gonna see a lot of people calling on Trump to pardon them because Trump, I think out of all the presidents, he is the most likely to give you a pardon. But we're gonna see everybody calling on Trump to get a pardon because Trump is pardoning a lot of people out here. I don't know with his situation. I don't really see Trump aligning himself with this. And Lil Wayne, I don't know, man. Lil Wayne is kind of going through it right now. Meek Mill is in hiding because of those Diddy allegations. So I don't know, man. But I get where he was going with it. I get where he was going with it.
Get a lawyer. I couldn't even afford a lawyer to prove my innocence while I was in Orleans Parish jail. They said that I broke out. I didn't break out. I was let out. My name is Antoine Massey. The guy who said that I threatened him with a shank, the maintenance guy, how could I threaten you with a shank? If you can't come around me, you're a maintenance. You cannot come on the tills without a deputy being behind you. Because if they just let you on the till, you could be persuaded to bring drugs or anything like that nature. So how can I threaten you?
Y'all remember that the maintenance worker was arrested for helping them, and then the maintenance worker's lawyer had stated that it was really the deputy. So Antoine Massey is corroborating that particular story, that the deputy has to go with the maintenance worker. The maintenance worker cannot go by themselves. So that it's two different mouths we're hearing the same thing out of. I do think that the deputies and the sheriffs, there was some corruption going on at that jail. So I do believe that part of his story. And the same thing with the deputies is the same thing that the lawyers say. So not every some stuff is over the top that Antoine said, but some of it did make sense about the sheriff being corrupted, the jail being corrupted. And I also found this out a week before 10 of them walked out of prison or walked out of the New Orleans jail, there was an attempted escape a week before the 10 inmates escaped. But you know what's funny? We don't ever hear about that. We never hear about that.
The tribute, and why you didn't notify the people, the police, that if I did threaten you never did that. Like, you flat out lied on me. Sterling flat out lied on me. And I want to let the media know that from the straight tattoos in my face and things of that nature, of course they're going to believe Sterling. You know what I'm saying? I never told Sterling nothing. I'm willing to take a lie detector test and everything behind that. But that's another subject. Orleans Parish is one of the corruptedest jails. That in St. Tammany Parish is the corruptedest jails in the state of Louisiana. Why was I even incarcerated with a woman saying that this never happened? This is this woman's name. This is the charge, domestic abuse violation. This is about the shit in St. Tammany. Why was I in Orleans Parish? Why was I even in jail? That's what I'm trying to show y'all. That's why I left the jail. And they have a lot more brothers that's innocent, just like me, that's trying.
And I do agree with that part about there being a lot of innocent men in jail. That is very, very true. I'm sorry, best friend. I was over here trying to pull up a link. She said, and it was unsuccessful. The inmate that tried to escape the week before them, yes, it was an attempted escape that happened a week before the 10 inmates escaped. Yeah, I was like, well, I didn't know that. They ain't talking about that. And you know, the sheriff was like, she pretty much came out and said, we can't watch everybody. It is what it is. But if you have people attempting to escape and they're getting caught, why are you not notifying nobody? So I agree with him about this. Okay, I agree with him about there being corruption. I don't think anybody looking in can say it wasn't corrupt. This is when we first broke the story.
Trying to prove their innocence. That's why they ran. Jason Williams, the sheriff, Susan Hudson, these people are corrupted. These people was talking to St. Tammany and telling St. Tammany they gonna sentence me behind this, and telling St. Tammany if they can't give me, St. Tammany gonna get me. You see what I'm saying? Behind a woman that's a grown adult that never stated that I ever raped her. They have a detective that's over the case, that's trying to pursue charges on me because of my prior history. Who I was in the past is not who I am today. So I'm asking for the media. I don't even have a lawyer to help me. I'm asking for help. That's why I ran. You feel me?
And so when he said the part where I don't have a lawyer, unfortunately, a lot of men kind of get, not just men, but women as well, because there's women in jail and prison too. They get caught up on the not having a lawyer part. It's very expensive to have someone represent you. So then they have to go with public defenders. A lot of times, those public defenders know the judge. They know the cops. Or everyone in the court knows each other. How hard do you really think they're going to fight for you? Especially a public, defender. They're not going to go that hard for you. And so he's saying, I need help. This is what's going on. I didn't escape. I was let out and then I ran.
I'm a grown man. I have kids. I have a mother. I have a baby mother, a child, my children mother. Like it's a lot going on. And that's why I ran. I need help. You feel what I'm saying? Orleans Parish and St. Tammany is one of the corruptest parishes in the world. And I'm asking for help. There's a lot of corruption. It's jiggins, all type of stuff going on, and they covering it up. They don't care about nothing. In the state of Louisiana, this is something that needs to go under a federal investigation.
Look, he said this needs to go under a federal investigation. They are so mad with him right now. The fact that he is an escaped inmate making a live video airing out the jail and the whole system, and while he's on the run. Man, when they catch him, they gonna do the most to him, I believe. But I've never seen this before. I've never seen somebody escape and then make a clapback video airing out the whole jail. I don't know what the answer is for him, but I don't think this is going to end well for him. And one of the things that he stated was, I'm not armed and dangerous. Because that is one of the things that they have stated is that you can expect these fugitives to be armed and dangerous. They have really done a good job where they have really painted these men as these terrible people, which I'm not saying that they're not. I wouldn't want to find out. Don't call me if you need help. But he's making a video saying that they're corrupt, calling everybody out while being on the run. I know they is mad.
What's going on? How they having cases? Why Antoine Massey was in jail if the woman, the victim, the grown woman, not a child, the grown woman stated that he never raped her, he never beat her, he was nowhere in her presence. This is the affidavits on the date right here. This is the drop form from the district attorney office. This woman when did this. I didn't do this. Look, it's legally dated. So I'm asking, please, for help. Young boy, Meek Mills, people, LBL. You know what I'm saying? People that been through the system that know it's corrupt. Lil Wayne.
See, the difference between them and you is that they have money. Hey, Will, how are you doing? We are just talking about Antoine Massey. He's still on the run. He made an Instagram live really explaining his side of the things and airing out everything that's going on. And he's saying that the New Orleans parish is corrupt. They're saying that he did not threaten to shank the maintenance worker in exchange for him to help, because the maintenance worker has to go and do a maintenance order with a deputy, which is the same thing that the lawyer was saying. So we listened to his side of the thing, his side of the story. Will says salute Moz and chat. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Yes, y'all hit the like button. I had to bring this to y'all because this is wild. We're watching a man that's on the run, airing out the jail, saying that it's corrupt and explaining why he's innocent. Now, that whole phrase of I'm innocent, I don't think that's completely accurate because you are currently on the run and evading arrest. So I wouldn't say he's innocent. And it is also true that if you do a crime against someone and they drop the charges later, even if they do, the state can pick up those charges. And that may have been what happened here. And then the young woman went back and said that she was lying. And she was also one of the people that was recently arrested for being an accomplice. Y'all, this is like Jerry Springer meets Prison Break meets politics. Okay, this is a very messy story, and it's getting more wild. It's very messy story. There's a little bit left, and then I have a little bit more information about the actual arrest that he is referring to, which is the domestic abuse. Look, when I heard the details about that situation, I said, "Ooh, I don't know, Anton. I don't know, Anton. You might have did this one, but we gonna see what y'all got to say."
Donald Trump, please, I'm asking for help. You know what I'm saying? When I get back in custody, I'm asking y'all please to come and help. You feel what I'm saying? I'm asking the world I'm letting y'all know I'm not a raper, man. I'm not none of that. None of that. I'm a good person. I am a father that want to be in my children's life. You know what I'm saying? I want to let the younger youth know that going down the route of trying to be a street person is not the route. That's what type of person I am. Yes, I was lied on. They made Sterling lie on me. All the guys they picked me for him to lie on. I'm not saying Sterling a bad guy, but why did you pick me to lie on, bro? It's bigger than Sterling. I don't know why they picked me for him to lie on, but I never threatened Sterling ever. How could I threaten Sterling or hurt Sterling? He cannot come on a tip with me without a deputy being present. My name is Antoine Massey. I'm asking for help. I was one of the ones that was let out Orleans Parish Jail on May the 16th or May the 15th, 2025. So please, Meek Mills, Donald Trump, Lil Wayne, please help me. Lil Wayne, this is Big Antoine's son that's talking right now. I'm Lil Antoine. I was in your mama wedding when she married Rabbit. I was the ring boy, Lil Wayne.
Okay, so his aunt actually spoke more to the story about his father being a very important person. So he's saying Lil Wayne, he was in some part of the wedding. Look, it's hard for you to break the law and then be on the run and ask for help. Cause it's like, ooh, that's a sticky situation. One thing that I do agree with is when I had Truth up here, which was a former cop, he was saying the same thing. Somebody let them out. But why? Why would they let out? It's just a crazy story. But let's go back and let's look at his outfit because for a man that is on the run, he looking real nice. He looking real nice. Okay, let me go back and play this part. He said Little Wayne something something. This little
So please, Meek Mills, Donald Trump, Lil Wayne, please help me. Lil Wayne, this is Big Antoine's son that's talking right now. I'm Lil Antoine. I was in your mama wedding when she married Rabbit. I was the ring boy, Lil Wayne. Please help me, bro.
okay, so really it has said not him using him being a ring boy as an excuse for help. Okay. So Little Mom's Wayne got married and he was the ring boy, is what it sounds like to me. Like, do y'all really think Lil Wayne even remembers that man that did so much drugs? His brain is fried, okay? In my opinion. So, but Antoine, you looking good to be on the run. You don't look stressed out. You got a nice outfit on, you got nice shoes on. What? Somebody is helping him. Listen, I'm supposed to sit here and speculate and study the background and study the outfits. This is important. Why you checking him out, best friend? You better stop being an escapee. My niece don't need a man like that around, girl. Close your eyes. Look, she may not need a man like that. No, no, I'm good. I'm just looking. That's all. Fried and extra fried. I'm just looking. I'm just saying. For a man that's on the run, he looking really put together. I'm surprised he didn't. Okay, he mentioned in this video, he was like, I have kids and I want to do outreach and speak to the kids. I don't want to ever go to my daughter's school and see someone that looks like this speaking to the kids. I'm sorry. I'm not saying anything against your face tattoos, but this is not giving. No, you don't need to be teaching my kids nothing. That's how I feel. But he tatted. He got a nice little outfit on, like he been working out in jail. He got nice little shoes on. Okay, he might even got his hair twisted. And look, he got the jewelry on. Like, bro, you know you're supposed to be on the run, right? What's going on here? And then another thing to note is that he kept this paperwork with him. So I'm thinking that when he escaped from jail, he carried this paperwork with him. And so he got jewelry on, he got a nice little outfit on, he got some nice shoes on. He's staying in a nice place. He has access to the internet. He's doing good for himself. He's doing good. I'm supposed to check him out. That's my job here at 907 Goodies. Time for tea. I gotta watch the background. I gotta look at everything. But the reason why we're talking about this is because somebody is helping him. Like, and then this outfit, like, it fits perfectly. You know, when it's like you get close with somebody else, they be all baggy and stuff. These clothes fit perfect. Like they was made for him or something. And she said, so just cover up his face. Okay, I see how you roll, best friend. No. What I'm saying is I don't want someone like this talking to my kids about nothing. I don't know, and you have to stay outside. So that was the initial Instagram live. I believe it was live. It was about 9 minutes where he just went and was talking and was explaining his side of the story. Now you know how the internet is and how people will watch the background research. And a lot of people have commented on this situation, even though it happened less than 24 hours ago. So but yes, y'all, that's Antoine Massey. Antoine looking good to be on the run. He got somebody to help them. So far, I believe that there has been 14 people arrested for helping. Okay, and so we're gonna. Oh, another thing is Antoine Massey has escaped jail numerous times. This is not the first time. So we're gonna hear from a bounty hunter that actually caught him before, and they're on the hunt now because the reward for Antoine Massey and Derek Groves has went up to $50K a head. Hey, Fear No More, little girl. How are you doing? How are you doing? So, remember how I was telling y'all there's 10 inmates that escaped? 2 of them are still on the loose. One of them went on Instagram Live to explain his side of the story. He called out the prison or the jail system in New Orleans for being corrupt. And he showed this paperwork. He's proven his side of the story. We're going to hear now from a bounty hunter that actually took him into custody before. And this bounty hunter said, "Don't be fooled. He's a criminal. This is what they do. They know how to talk. They got a good game." One thing that video did do is it put the public on his side. Before we saw the video, we immediately thought, yes, Fear no more. It's crazy. The guy that's on the run made a video saying how the jail is corrupt and how he's really innocent. It is like a movie. Cannot wait until Lifetime turns this whole situation into a movie because it's crazy. But we're gonna hear from the bounty hunter that actually caught him before, and the bounty hunter said, "Don't be fooled. This guy's really a bad guy." But one thing that him going to the internet did, and we see the court of public opinion being so important, is he got the on his side. And I even commented below that video that I just showed you, and I said, I can leave him. So the public is now on Antoine Massey's side, and we like, you know what? We already knew something was wrong with the jail, but he just confirmed it. And then Fear said, right, a Lifetime movie or two. Yes. And as of now, Anton Massey and Derrick Rose are still on the run. So this movie is not even over. Not even, that's the crazy part. It's not even over. But when I saw this morning, I said, oh my goodness, we gotta do it live. We gotta, talk about this. But yes, I'm gonna show you guys the bounty hunter. And he was pretty much saying, don't be fooled. But now, the law enforcement it's gonna be even more angry in my opinion, because before the public was on their side and the public was like, okay, we got to get these guys. Now we're kind of hearing from one of the inmates, Antoine Massey, that everything is not what it seems. So it's crazy. Let's get into this video.
Bounty hunter who has captured escapee Antoine Massey before says it's only a matter of time before Massey and Derrick Rose are caught again.
As Rob Besson reports, with the reward money now increased, dozens of bounty hunters may be looking to cash in.
I've dealt with Massey. I've personally arrested Massey.
Bail bondsman and electronic monitor specialist Matt Dennis has apprehended dozens of escaped prisoners and knows firsthand what escaped Orleans Parish inmate Antoine Massey is capable of.
When we dealt with Massey, I warned my team, be careful, he's playing stupid. You could tell that he wasn't stupid. You knew that he was looking for opportunities. So I actually made them use the full gear, the handcuffs, the shackles, and everything after he escaped us.
Dennis recaptured Massey in November of 2023, 2 hours after he cut off an electronic monitor.
When I saw his face on television after he escaped, I went, you got to be kidding me.
Now Massey, who's wanted for a rape and kidnapping in St. Tammany, as well as domestic abuse and theft in Orleans Parish, along with Derrick Groves, who's been linked to 4 killings, remain on the loose, and Dennis isn't surprised.
And Antoine Massey said he did not do it. That woman came back and said she was lying, and they're still going after him. But I think what happened was that the state picked up the charges. But Antoine Massey is saying that he is innocent. Everything is not what it seemed. That's his story, and he's sticking to it. And this guy's trying to get that 50K, and I don't even blame him.
Massey's going to be high up on the food chain when it came to planning this. He didn't follow people out this hole. This is somebody who worked this and made this happen.
This is video just posted on an Instagram account by Massey, which a law enforcement source says they are now looking into. He's proclaiming his innocence. This video notwithstanding, last week authorities raised a reward of $50,000 for Massey's rearrest, and some bounty hunters may be encouraged.
The last I know, there was 900 licensed bail agents in Louisiana.
Matt Dennis says Derrick Groves and Antoine Massey are still out because clearly they had a better escape plan with resources.
Whatever they're hiding with, it's got to be funded. When that funding runs out, they're not going to be hiding anymore.
Dennis says one thing more than any other often forces people on the run to resurface.
Believe it or not, in our world, looking for people, when the number one thing that drives a guy back out of hiding is he needs a shower.
And Dennis and others say it's only a matter of time.
They're going to get tired and frustrated as they try to move around Louisiana or move around the metropolitan area.
Look, y'all need to be ashamed of yourself up in there. Because if it wasn't for y'all and the lack of guards, the lack of, caring about actually doing what you're doing, this would never have happened. What I have found out is that a week before these 10 inmates escaped, there was an alleged inmate that tried to escape but wasn't successful. So it wasn't like they didn't know what was going on. And according to Antoine Massey, that the deputy and also the lawyer of the maintenance worker, they have the same story. Without a deputy, it is not possible for the maintenance worker to go in that cell by himself. So we're tired of hearing y'all say, we're going to catch him, it's only a matter of time. It should have been no time because this should never have got out. And thank you so much, Fierce. He said, like, subscribe, share, even from the cloud. Yeah, I got a lot of cloud watchers. But I appreciate it. And I watch from the cloud all the time myself. Just because I'm so busy, I always got something going on. But I am a cloud watcher too. But drop down from the clouds, hit the like button real quick. But they need to be ashamed of themselves. Just everybody. Like, there's a lot of blame going on, but what I don't see a lot of is accountability. And that is why they might be in this situation again.
They know the walls are closing in.
Any thoughts on where they might be?
Not far. They're not far.
And Matt Dennis says wider use of facial recognition.
If they're not far, then go get them. What you saying? Oh, we gonna catch them soon. They're not far. The help gonna run out. Look, just say y'all don't know where they at. Just say it, okay? Stop trying to gaslight us and lie to us. Just say y'all don't know. We have no idea.
Technology could have possibly resulted in the escapees being recaptured by now. Again, the reward has been increased to $50,000 on both Massey and Groves. If you know anything about their whereabouts, you're asked to call Crime Stoppers at 822-11.
It really surprised me that Antoine Massey is still on the run with literally 3 big ass tattoos on his face. Like, what? What? It's like, it just don't make no sense. And Fear said, this is a mess. I wonder where he was recording from. I know. He literally has a tattoo right here, and right here. And y'all can't get him? Y'all don't see him nowhere? Don't nobody look like him. That part was crazy. But I was watching, so, because once I found this out, your girl went down a rabbit hole. I was looking at everything. And they were saying that he's clearly in a very nice place. With a very nice place. Who's ever helping him out? He has money. I don't know what he was doing in jail, what he was saving. I'm not sure. But he is not a broke person on the run. Because he's in a nice, his house is better than mine. And where he was recording from. He's doing better than a lot of us. He got a nice outfit, nice clothes on, nice shoes. But yeah, I'm surprised they haven't caught him yet. Now, Derek Groves, I don't know, man. And honestly, without this video from Anton Massey, we would not have known anything. And that's worrisome. Is you guys keep saying that, oh, they're going to run out of money. We're eventually going to find them. They can't be far. Well, then why haven't you found them? And this Derek character, he got 4 bodies on him. Fear said he probably been wearing makeup and a wig. Look, you know what's so funny? My sister Toya, she was actually saying that they should cross dress and become streetwalkers because then nobody would know who they are. So Fear thinks that he walk around with a wig on. He makeup. He is. But 2 weeks they've been on the run. And I wonder if they're even still in New Orleans. Hey, Drip, how are you doing? How are you doing? But I'm surprised they haven't caught him. He literally has the most identifiable face out of everybody that broke out. Derek Rose, man, I don't know, and I don't know if they're gonna find him. He might be down by the border by now or something. Yeah, right. That video that Anton Massey made was released less than 24 hours ago. I'm very curious if they're gonna catch him soon because of that video. And when they do catch him, I'm gonna go live. We're gonna talk about it. I think they left the area too. They keep saying that they're close by, but I don't think that they are. I think they left the area because if they didn't leave the area, I feel like they would have seen him by now. And like, you know that they're watching the family members, everyone that they talk to. So who is helping them now? I would love when they catch these guys, I want to hear their side of the story. I want to hear like where they've been hiding, what they've been had going on, and all that stuff. Drip, what is going on? What is going on, Drip?
I'm
How you
doing good.
doing?
I'm doing good. I'm just chilling out today. Today is the day off from the thing I got going. And after that, I'm just home all day.
Okay, nothing wrong with that. Fear said, has it been 2 weeks? Yes, it has been 2 weeks, and I feel it's been a 2 weeks and a couple of days. So, Drip, what's going on is you remember the 10 inmates that escaped out of the New Orleans jail, and I showed
Mm-hmm.
y'all the video they was running out. One of
Mm-hmm.
them, two of them are still on the run. One of them made Instagram live pretty much airing everybody out and saying that they were innocent. So it was crazy.
Wow, that's good. No, what I did in Instagram live, wow, man, that's self-stitching, man. Literally, man. That's crazy, though.
Some people have heard that it was self snitching and he shouldn't have done it. Think that he shouldn't have broke out of jail. So I think we're kind of past like the what he shouldn't have done because it's just like you
No,
shouldn't
the
have
thing
did a
I
lot of
think he
stuff.
did, though, that was silly of him, though. That's a big mistake, though, you don't realize, but it is what it is, though.
And there is speculation now that it'll be easier to find him because they know what they're kind of looking for. They know they'll be able to tell from the apartment building. So I have heard what you're saying, Drip, that it was silly. One thing I'll say, it did get the public on his side, but the public really don't matter. This is
Mhm.
between you and them. Do you want me to replay the video, Drip, so you can see it?
Mhm.
Okay, I'm gonna pull it up. Because I think Fear might have missed it too, and anybody else. We got a little bit of time, and this is like the main piece of content that we're gonna go over today is this
That's
video.
cool.
But
The only thing I've been doing today is just posting my stuff too, though. Just one shot today, and I got one video on the other thing. But other than that, though, we'll just get back to it, though.
yes, I got a couple of errands to run today. I'm gonna get out of the house today, but it's the weather here has not been that good. It's been like kind of like cloudy, rainy. What's the
Yeah.
weather like in the UK?
Today is raining though. Yesterday was really hot though. Like I think for like a few days or something. No, it rained. I think it rained this morning to early afternoon or something. Now the sun's come up a bit though. So yeah, I mean yesterday was hot. Like for the past few days though, then the sun. There's been more sunlight, which is a good thing though. But it's kind of hot though.
Yeah, I remember one time you was on the live and you was like fanning yourself, and lady was like, "Are you okay?"
Yeah.
What's so funny? Okay, I'm gonna replay the video of Anton Massey. For those of us for those of y'all who missed it, we got time. This is the main piece of content that we're going over anyway. Is the actual video. I'm gonna play it for you guys again. I'm not gonna stop it. I'm just gonna let it play out, and y'all tell me what y'all think. Oh, no worries. No worries. But we're gonna replay the video. This is what he said. This is his story. He's sticking to it. So here we go, y'all.
Massey. I'm one of the ones that was let out of GC. What I want to talk about today is as far as why I was in Orleans Parish Jail. I was in custody for almost 8 months. All right, 6 months, something like that. I was in there for theft of a motor vehicle and domestic abuse involving strangulation. That's what I was in Orleans Parish for. Okay, but before I was in Orleans Parish, I was in a jail called St. Tammany Detention Center. All right, St. Tammany Jail here in St. Tammany Parish. There's 2 different parishes, Orleans and St. Tammany. Okay, today what I want to talk about is that I was on 2nd-degree kidnapping, 2nd-degree rape, domestic abuse, battery involving strangulation, domestic abuse, battery, violation of protective order, right? On this woman right here, her name is Diamond White. That's her name. This is a district attorney drop form right here. And she's not a child, she's an adult, a full adult. I was dating this woman. This is a legalized affidavit saying all allegations against me is false. You remember, all allegations against me is false. I was nowhere around her or none of that during the timing of the date, which was November the 10th of 2024. Okay, so I was in St. Tammany, right, and I was on a regular domestic charge, right. So they put a parole hold on me because I was on a domestic charge. So with that being said, is that once that occurred, and the charges was refused or whatever, they shipped me to Orleans Parish where I had more charges. It was the theft of a motor vehicle and the domestic abuse, battery, involving strangulation. So once I got in Orleans Parish Jail, all right, I have from the district attorney's office, this woman who they say that I initially raped in another parish and in Orleans Parish, it's the same woman here. It's not different females. It's the same grown woman, not a child, a grown woman. Okay, she did the same thing in Orleans Parish, right? Correct. I'm about to show you how the system is corrupted. Okay, she did this, right? Saying all allegations against me is false, and she even saying it. You know, she let her know the truth that I never did this to her. I never hit her. I was nowhere around her. Nothing. She got mad and thought that I was dealing with another woman. That's why she did what she did to me. You know what I'm saying? Another thing too, once I got into Orleans Parish, I was there for like a month or something like that. Okay, a lot went on as that time progressed. Okay, if you was an innocent person and you know the judges and DA know that this person is saying that all the charges that you're on that you did not do, why was you still in jail? Louisiana have the highest incarceration rate in the world for putting black people away. Yes, at the end of the day, in my younger life, I'm not gonna lie, I was causing problems. I was young. My daddy got killed when I was 7 years old. My mom had to raise 4 children by herself, so I had to find a way to try to help my mother. You feel what I'm saying? But as time went on, the person that I once was, I'm not that person today. That is not who I am. I have a 3-year-old son. I have an 18-year-old daughter that graduated yesterday, supposed to be. At the end of the day, that people don't understand that they see that I'm armed and dangerous. I have a heart. People that know me know that at the end of the day, I am a good person. So I'm asking for help from the world, from Meek Mills, Lil Wayne, Young Boy, Donald Trump. I'm asking for these people. I couldn't even get a lawyer. I couldn't even afford a lawyer to prove my innocence while I was in Orleans Parish jail. They said that I broke out. I didn't break out. I was let out. My name is Antoine Massey. The guy who said that I threatened him with a shank, the maintenance guy, how could I threaten you with a shank? You can't come around me. You're a maintenance. You cannot come on the tills without a deputy being behind you. Because if they just let you on the till, you could be persuaded to bring drugs or anything like that in that nature. So how can I threaten you to jail you? And why you didn't notify the people, the police, that if I did threaten you, you never did that? Like, you flat out lied on me. Sterling flat out lied on me. And I want to let the media know that from the straight tattoos in my face and things of that nature, of course they're going to believe Sterling. You know what I'm saying? I never told Sterling nothing. I'm willing to take a lie detector test and everything behind that. But that's another subject. Orleans Parish is one of the corruptedest jails. That in St. Tammany Parish is the corruptedest jails in the state of Louisiana. Why was I even incarcerated with a woman saying that this never happened? This is this woman's name. This is the charge, domestic abuse violation. This is about the shit in St. Tammany. Why would I, in Orleans Parish, why was I even in jail? That's what I'm trying to show y'all. That's why I left the jail. And they have a lot more brothers that's innocent, just like me, that's trying to prove their innocence. That's why they ran. Jason Williams, the sheriff, Susan Hudson, these people are corrupted. These people was talking to St. Tammany and telling St. Tammany they gonna sentence me behind this, and telling St. Tammany if they can't get me, St. Tammany gonna get me. You see what I'm saying? Behind a woman that's a grown adult that never stated that I ever raped her. They have a detective that's over the case, that's trying to pursue charges on me because of my prior history. Who I was in the past is not who I am today. So I'm asking for the media. I don't even have a lawyer to help me. I'm asking for help. That's why I ran. You feel me? I'm a grown man. I have kids. I have a mother. I have a baby mother, a child, my children mother. Like it's a lot going on. And that's why I ran. I need help. You feel what I'm saying? Orleans Parish and St. Tammany is one of the corruptest parishes in the world. And I'm asking for help. It's a lot of corruption. It's jiggins, all type of stuff going on, and they covering it up. They don't care about nothing in the state of Louisiana. This is something that needs to go under a federal investigation. What's going on? How they handling cases? Why Antoine Massey was in jail if the woman, the victim, the grown woman, not a child, the grown woman stated that he never raped her, he never beat her, he was nowhere in her presence. This is the affidavits on the date right here. This is the drop form from the district attorney office. This woman went did this. I didn't do this. Look, it's legally dated. So I'm asking, please, for help. Young Boy, Meek Mills, people, LBL, you know what I'm saying? People that been through the system that know it's corrupt. Lil Wayne, Donald Trump, please, I'm asking for help. You know what I'm saying? When I get back in custody, I'm asking y'all, please, to come help. You feel what I'm saying? I'm asking the world. I'm letting y'all know I'm not a raper, man. I'm not none of that. None of that. I'm a good person. I am a father that want to be in my children's life. You know what I'm saying? I want to let the younger youth know that going down the route of trying to be a street person is not the route. That's what type of person I am. Yes, I was lied on. They made certain lie on me. All the guys they picked me for him to lie on. I'm not saying Sterling a bad guy, but why did you pick me to lie on, bro? It's bigger than Sterling. I don't know why they picked me for him to lie on, but I never threatened Sterling ever. How could I threaten Sterling or hurt Sterling? He cannot come on and sit with me without a deputy being present. My name is Antoine Massey. I'm asking for help. I was one of the ones that was let out Orleans Parish Jail on May the 16th or May the 15th, 2025. So please, Meek Mills, Donald Trump, Lil Wayne, please help me. Lil Wayne, this is Big Antoine's son that's talking right now. I'm Lil Antoine. I was in your mama wedding when she married Rabbit. I was the ring boy, Lil Wayne. Please help me.
Okay, y'all. The chat going crazy. All right, Drip. Drip, what do you think?
Well, that's crazy
What
that
you
to
say?
be honest. That's wild, man. I
This
didn't
is
see that.
why I had to bring this to y'all because this is crazy. The whole thing. Um. Okay, so he made some big allegations, and Mook is so funny. He said, "Bro got them penitentiary jailhouse notes on deck." And shout out to Bruce. He said, "This brother's innocent." I do
Mm-hmm.
think so too, but there is more to the story. So stick around. We're gonna go over that. We're gonna go over what actually happened the night in question. We're gonna talk about that. And Bree said, watching from work. Thank you so much for tuning in from work. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button, support the channel, support the channel. Luke said she ain't had no bruises on her or nothing. Look, that's according to what he said. And we also got to keep in mind that he is the one that they are alleging did the crime. So, of course, you're going to say, you know, say what you're going to say.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Fear says she like his accent. Okay. And then Mook said, bro, called him Donald Trump. I F with him. What's up, Drip?
Okay. I mean, just wow, man. Wow, that's interesting what Bree's saying. Okay, I get what Breeze is saying that he's innocent. I'm gonna probably say it's a side possibility, but I don't know if they hear what the other side has to say. Then I'll actually make a decision because I don't know what to think right now.
Yes, and I like that you reserve your comment until you know all the facts. And I feel like a lot of times the internet doesn't do that. And we
Yeah,
immediately go to that person's innocent or they're guilty. Now you ain't
yeah,
like that in my house.
yeah, but that's
But I
technically
will
what the
say,
law does. That's what the law's supposed to do. Actually, it's supposed to be innocent till proven guilty type of thing. No, so just
yeah,
trying to
so it'd
take
be
that.
like the opposite.
I mean, no, it depends on the person's case, though. Then yes, I can see why they go for that.
And then in response to what Fear said, I will say if you are on the run, Alaska is a good place. And there's a lot of people who actually run to Alaska when they are on the run. Because think about it, who's really coming up here? You know what I'm saying? But he's not here. He down there with them. But if he did come out, would feed him. Y'all are so funny on the chat. And then yes, he's calling. What do you think about that, Drip? He's calling on Meek Mill, Lil Wayne, Donald Trump, NBA YoungBoy to help him. How do you feel about that?
Mm, I don't know, to be honest. I'm just saying, wow. I mean, look, he's asking for help, though, but I doubt he's gonna get it at some point, though. We'll see what happens, though, to be honest.
Yeah, it's like it was a hard one. It's a hard one. Mook said, I do believe that the brother has changed though, but he about to do time for escaping. I did hear for the escaping. It's like 5 years. Hey Jay Rizzo, how are you doing? This is a powerful move by Massey. Very powerful, and it's like taunting the police, I feel too at the same time. Because he's kind of saying, like, hey, I'm free and I'm finna air y'all out and tell on y'all about how they are corrupt. So, I mean, that was a big thing.
Okay,
And
I
then
can
you
see
said
why
he
he did
knows.
the Insta Live thing, though, even though, you just dissuade the public opinion type thing, though. But yeah, I get you on what you mean, though.
Yes, and then Fear, shout out to you because this is what this video did do. It sway public opinion. And public opinion does matter. It matters a lot, in any type of case that you have going on. And it did sway the public's opinion. Because at first we were like, oh, he's armed and dangerous. He's a bad man. He said he was gonna shank the maintenance worker. He was like, I didn't do that. They're lying on me. And they're corrupt. Absolutely, absolutely. And I agree. Public opinion is important, but it's not going to get them out of jail. But it may get people to advocate on his behalf.
Yeah.
And Mookie said, if you go to jail, everybody is innocent.
Well, that's not necessarily always the case, though, but I can see where he's getting at. Not always
That's what they
necessarily the
say,
case.
though. They say that they're innocent.
I mean, you never know. They could be innocent, though, but at the same time, they're not. It's not always the case, though. However, though, don't mean, could have been handled better, probably. But I don't know, man. I'm just a civvy, so what would I know?
Look, you know enough. You know to stay out of trouble. That's what you know, Drip.
Yeah. Yeah, no, for me though, I'll be real though. I'm a civilian, so it means the rules don't apply to me when it comes to that type of lifestyle though, and I'll be real on that. And if it comes time though for my last resort, I am going to snitch though. Literally, if they think I'm snitching, I'm sorry, the rules don't apply. I ain't about that life, so why are you trying to apply that code to me?
hmm Oh, Fear, this I know that's what I want to know. Fear said, so how did they really get out is what I want to know. That's a good point. Hey Angela, how are you doing? Because we know what the news told us about how they turned off the water, dug out the spot behind the toilet, but he's saying he was let out. So is that really true? Like, I want to hear from the prisoners or the inmates about how they got out. We can't trust y'all no more because y'all looking kind of crazy right now. But that's a great point, Fear. And then who let them out? Remember in one of the live streams I did, we were hearing from Sterling's lawyer. Sterling is a maintenance worker, and his lawyer was saying the same thing that Anton Massey is saying, is that the maintenance worker cannot go in there by himself. He has to have a deputy with him. So where was the deputy that let the maintenance worker into the cell? Are we going to hear from that person? So I know one thing, we're going to be over here speculating and watching from our homes where we safe and no anti-Massey is not out of my house molested. And then Mook said right, laugh loud. The tie was kind of misleading. How was he let out? It wasn't. Well, that's what he said. He said I didn't break out. I was let out. Then I ran. Well, that's like a play on words. I feel that one could be up for debate. Oh, and thank you so much, Angela. She came through with a $3 super sticker. So y'all know what we do when we get someone to support the channel. We are gonna play the money video, and then that is gonna make Angela the sponsor of this episode. unless we get somebody else. And we should get somebody else, y'all. I'm up here at 8 in the morning breaking the story. So let me get this out of the way. I'm going to play that money video. Thank you so much, Angela. Okay, I got some more videos. It's going to be a lot. Here we go, yo. Foodiegang, gang, gang. Foodiegang, gang, gang. All right. Thank you so much, Angela. I'm gonna get that banner updated. Angela, we were talking about we are into the tea already so early in the morning. Okay. So the 10 inmates that escaped the New Orleans jail, out of the 10, 8 of them have been captured. Less than 24 hours ago, Antoine Massey did a video on Instagram explaining his side of the story and airing out the New Orleans parish, airing them out as being corrupt. And in this video, he made some very big allegations. He also has the paperwork with him that is proving that the girl did recant her statements. That same girl, I believe Diamond White is her name, was arrested as one of the people that was helping. So that's a crazy, situation right there. But shout out to Angela. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So we got the banner updated. And Jay Rizzo said, yes, the deputy is the one let them out. Yes, because this is what the lawyer was saying too, that the deputy is the one that told the maintenance worker to go into that cell and do what he did. So where is the deputy? Why did we just skip? Why did they skip over him and go right to the maintenance worker? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just very, very weird. I do believe Antoine Massey on being corrupt. I don't believe him on the innocent charge or the innocent allegation because we clearly see he escaped out of jail. We all saw him running out. And Fear said, yes, the maintenance couldn't have done it on his own. Exactly. Where's everybody else at? We're seeing the maintenance workers, the inmates. Where are the actual people that worked at the facility? Where are their mugshots at? Where is their $1.1 million bill? Where, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're not even releasing any type of names. And remember the woman the sheriff said 3 people have been suspended that work at the jail. Okay, who are they? You had no problem telling everybody else on everybody else. And then Mook said, why would they let out 13 niggas for fun? That is a good question because he's saying, I didn't break out, I was let out. Okay, so now the question becomes, well, why'd you let them out? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, the story is crazy. Okay, so I was telling you guys how there's more to the story. In this next video, I'm going to pull up Poetic Flacco. I know y'all cannot stand him. But he did some great research. I am not going to play his whole video. I'm just going to get to the part where he's talking about the details from the night in question. I know y'all can't stand Flacco, but I don't know why I like Flacco. Drip, do you have anything that you want to add before we go on? Yeah, they fear. When I play Flacco's videos, they be eating them up. And then on his comment section, they be so mean. I'm like, you came all this way to watch a video. If you don't mind, mom used to say, if you don't got nothing nice, don't say nothing at all. And Mook said, I don't mind Flacco. Yeah. Well, this is how I feel. Even if I don't like a content creator's like style and how they carry themselves, if you make great content, you make great content. You know what I'm saying? Like no matter what, it's like we have to admit that. And then Mook says somebody called Flacco a stinky, stuttering box. Frank's doing good on his video. Just head on there if y'all want to. But I remember last time I played, and yes, very true. Last time I played Flacco's video, Breeze was just having fun in the chat, talking about Flacco, and I like his content. He's gonna talk more about the details that happened the night in question. Okay, I'm trying to get it to the right point here. Let me pull this up.
Couples are toxic like that. So if she allowed him to come back and they continue dating, and then he caught another charge, at that point, I don't know. I can't tell you if he's telling the truth or if he's lying. What I will say though, man, you don't escape prison and make a video. You escape prison and get gone, my guy. Right? The internet ain't where you got to plead your case to, bro.
This is a legalized affidavit saying all allegations against me is false. You remember, all allegations against me is false. I was nowhere around her or none of that during the timing of the date, which was November the 10th.
Manipulators like this depend on you not doing any type of research whatsoever and just taking his word for it. Now, a woman coming back and trying to get her abuser out of jail isn't rare. Some women do that. Some women love to do. They're so delusional, they're so dumb that they would try to get you out of jail after putting you in there. And even though you're absolutely guilty. So this is not her just coming and saying, yo, he did this to me and the police picked him up. No. Apparently, when the police found her, she had bruises all over her body. She had a bloody face, raspy voice. Her eyes were swollen shut and had trouble swallowing. This is not somebody who just...
Okay, you remember when Antoine Massey made his videos? He was saying that the girl came back later and said that they were all lies. She recanted her statement. I do agree with Flacco in the what he said with it's not uncommon for an abuser to come back and take her story back because she's in love with that man. So I have seen that. I've seen people get into it as a couple and the man will be the abuser or vice versa. I've seen both sides. Don't come for me, y'all, but I'm trying to tell a story. And then the person who was being abused will come back and say, no, that didn't really happen. We're still in love. We're going to be together. So in his Anton Massey's video, he said the girl took her statements back. So it should have been case closed. But we got to think, if you're in an abusive relationship, it is hard to break away from your abuser. And he also said that she ain't had no bruises. According to what Flack was saying, her eyes were swollen shut. She was messed up and had a whole bunch of bruises. I don't know what the truth is, but I want to give you guys as many angles of this story as possible. And the reason I do this is because I always tell you guys, do your research. When you hear one thing on the internet, don't just run with it. Now, Anton, I do believe that there's corruption. I do believe some of what he was saying, but I don't know about all of it. And it is true that this is someone who is a career criminal. So of course he's gonna be able to talk have a good game, be able to talk somebody into helping him, talk somebody into getting him new clothes, especially with that accent. So yeah, we're gonna see what else Flacco got to say.
Made up they were beaten. No, she had visible injuries. Now, apparently, this the same woman who tried to break him out of jail. Like, she helped him escape prison. So this is just a dummy altogether. But her being a dummy don't take away from her being attacked. Now, apparently, this is what happened, okay? In 2024, the woman told officers the couple started arguing at her house in Slidell. When Massey went through her purse and found paperwork from a protection order violation. Now, she already had a protection order out against this dude. So, from a protection order violation report she previously filed against him, according to court documents. When Massey confronted her, he beat her, strangled, and forced her into her car, driving her against her will down dark roads in New Orleans, east and other areas, telling her, "I'm about to kill you." According to court documents, when they spotted a police car near the McDonald's on Elysian Fields, the woman told investigators she jumped out the car and tried to flag the officers down, but Massey caught her and dragged her back to the car, where he strangled her until she lost consciousness. Later that same morning, Massey brought the woman to his sister's house, where
that's some deep allegations, or not even allegations because he's reading the paperwork. And yeah, I've seen people be in domestic violence situations and get abused and go back. That's not uncommon too. But I will say this. If someone truly loves you, they're not going to hurt you in that way. So get out of those type of situations, ladies. But this same woman was also arrested for being an accomplice to him getting out of jail. What's up, Drew?
Wow. So I just stepped away though. But anyways though, wow.
Yeah, so he made some big allegations. He's saying the woman's eyes were swollen shut. Sound like she got hit up really bad. Oh, and then there was a comment that I wanted to read. Luke said yes, but if you recant statements, if she has the bruises, marks, the state can pick that case up. Then it will be both of you versus the state. I think that this is I think that this is what happened, is that she took her statements back, but it was too late at that point, because once the cops get called, they're going to do their investigation and they're going to take pictures. And like Mook said, if she has those bruises, the state can pick up that case. So yes, she came back and recanted her statements, but it doesn't matter because the state probably picked up that case, depending on how brutal it was or not. Yeah, how brutal, and according to this report right here, homegirl was beat up. And then it's like kind of like the Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion. Okay, if you didn't shoot her, then who did? If you didn't beat her up, then who did? She don't get the marks from nowhere. Fear said this is a complete mess. I'll say one thing: Antoine Massey is good. I can see how he has escaped jail all those times, because just off of watching his video, I like, this man's innocent. They doing him wrong. And then when I heard a little bit of the backstory, I'm like, oh, let me just reserve myself so I can hear everything. So that's why I say, y'all, we gotta do our research. We gotta wait and then hear most of the evidence, or see, do our research, get everybody's side, and then decide somewhere in the middle. Because she don't seem like she's a good person, and he don't seem like he's a good person, and it looks like a toxic relationship. And Jay Rizzo says she lied. He got the paperwork in his hand signed by her. We know Jay Rizzo, but what we're saying, which is what Mook said, is that the state picked up that case and they have evidence. They have the statements from the night of that particular crime. And that's really all they need. That's the evidence, the statements. You can come back on later on and say you taking it back, you lying or whatever, but it don't matter. And Mook said, I speak from experience. I tried walking away from a woman. I was trying to walk away. She ripped my shirt, trying to keep me there. She dropped her charges. and became my witness against the state. And it kind of does seem like that's what's going on here. It seems like Antoine Massey and the girl are kind of on the same side now, going against the state. And so, but this is the same thing. This is a problem. You can't say everything she said was a lie when they have pictures of the bruises. If they had no evidence, the state wouldn't pick up this case, in my opinion. Because why would they pick it up? There wouldn't be no point. But shout out to Angela, the sponsor of the show with the $3. Y'all go ahead and support the show. Support the show. Right, he been tricking people for years, laughing like, yeah, he almost tricked me, Fear. He almost got to Big Bang. Was on his side. I was to start petition. But he's good. He's good. And now you can see it seems like he has a little bit of charm. He probably has a way with women. He probably, he got the accent. He's not a bad looking dude. He's looking a little crazy with tattoos, but I can see how he kind of could, be playing women. He's getting women to help him escape. He's getting women to take back their statements. And look, he's good. Ladies, that's that person you don't want your kids to be involved with. Because they ain't going to be able to say no. They ain't going to be able to walk away. Then they're going to be in jail as an accomplice facing 5 years with $1 million bail. And Mook said she ain't had no bruise or anything because I ain't hit her. But witnesses saying stuff. Oh, okay. Mook's talking about his particular situation. That's another thing. If you have witnesses, you have pictures of bruises. Those are all things that can make it tricky, even if she recanted her statement. If they have witnesses, if they have proof, pictures of bruises, if she went to the hospital, those are all things that are really hard to recant. You can't lie about that. You can't lie about having 2 black eyes. Fear said yes, and she said like, subscribe, share, even from the clouds. Yes, please do, y'all. Gonna be growing, and great content also. But when I saw this story, I was like, what, I gotta fit this one in. We gotta talk about it. And Jay Rizzo said she got jumped by some girls. It wasn't him. He talked about it on the video. Which video was that, Jay Rizzo? Jay Rizzo? Rizzo? Am I saying it right? So now you're saying she got jumped by some girls. She didn't really get hit up by him. I don't know. I'm not sure, but I am just telling y'all what they are saying in these videos. I have not seen that video, but I have IG. You can always send me that video on my social medias, or you can email it to me. He was like, baby, let me stay in your crib. Look, I can see how the ladies could fall victim to Antoine Massey. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, Jay Rizzo. That's my first time hearing about she was beat up by some girls. Yeah, send us evidence. Yeah, send us evidence. Go check OG Murder page. She played the whole video. She didn't play it all. The video I played was 9 minutes. And OG Murder, is that on Instagram? I thought the Instagram live was 9 minutes. Okay, so he is alleging, Antoine Massey is alleging she was jumped by some girls. No, Mook, you are hilarious, and I'm so glad you're here. You have me rolling on here. Okay, so Antoine Massey is alleging that she was jumped by some girls, Jay Rizzo. Yeah, okay. So we will have to look into that. So that's why I said, do y'all research? Do y'all research? We're gonna go back in and we're gonna see what else Flocka was talking about. What Flocka is doing is he is reading the report from the night of the incident. Mook said, pull up the video 907. We're gonna have to, yeah, I'm kind of curious too. Is that on Instagram? OG Murder? And who is that? Yeah, we're gonna have to do some live on air research, y'all.
He became enraged again that she was being too loud. He ripped the braids from her head, leaving blood all over the walls, according to court documents. She eventually escaped hours later and flagged down a passing car. Her own car was recovered abandoned in a 7,000 block of Martin Road. Days later, Martin Massey was found in Texas with a Mercedes that was stolen from a party in New Orleans East, court document says. This is not a man who is completely innocent, bro. While on the run, he stole somebody's vehicle. They went to the sister house and found blood all on the wall. So, no, this is not a situation where a woman just said something, police arrested you, and then she came back and said, oh, no, he didn't do it. Yeah, she's a dummy, right? She's a victim who's a dummy. But, no, you're not innocent, bro. Like, rot in hell, rot in jail.
Of 2024, okay? So I was in Centennial, right? And I was on a regular domestic charge, right? So they put a parole hold on me because I was on a domestic charge. So with that being said is that once that occurred, and the charges was refused or whatever, they shipped me to Orleans Parish where I had more open charges. It was the theft of a motor vehicle and the domestic abuse that involved strangulation. So once I got in Orleans Parish jail, all right.
You slid by those theft of a motor vehicle charges really fast and really slick. Are you claiming they're lying on you with that as well? Did you not do that as well? Are you an innocent man being framed for those as well? And then when he says he was in another jurisdiction for domestic violence, that tells me it was two different situations, because why would you be in two different jurisdictions for the same crime? So if you were already in jail for another woman or you did this to her in another jurisdiction, come on, bro. Being lied on once by one woman, I can probably hear. I could probably be open to hearing you out, but if it's two different occurrences, bro.
Okay, so I was looking on IG for OG Murder, but you're saying OG Murder is on YouTube and he's live? Is he addressing this particular situation? That's what I'm talking about, Fear No More. Just coming with the link, y'all. Thank you so much. Okay, we're gonna pull this up and we're gonna see what is going on here. This is crazy. Okay, y'all, we're gonna look at this.
Does not a motherfucking thing for you. Say, bro, you're making noise right now because you're on the run. That's your motherfucking leverage. Say, bro, I heard one of the people covering the story. Get what the nigga who was covering the story said. This nigga had me dying laughing. That nigga said, say, Antoine, I hope you go to another location and make another video. They want you to go live again. Said, bro, I was laughing my ass off at that shit, dog. Your boss said go to another location and make another video, dog. Said, bro, Sheriff Stupid fucking Hudson. Bitch, you look so dumb right now. Girl, you look stupid as a motherfucker.
Okay, y'all. So this is the man that y'all are talking about. He has a video on his page. I'm gonna look up it. He's over here. He's having a good time. We're gonna look on his page and see if we can find what video you're talking about. But yeah, he having a good old time. Okay. Antoine Massey shook up the world. Which one is it that he talks about? Oh, and this was the aunt. Remember I was telling y'all about the aunt, how she like went in and all that stuff? Let me pull up your chat. Hey, Big Bad Boo, what is going on? What's going on? We getting into some mess. We over here doing the 907 Good East investigation. Let me pull up the chat on my phone. So when I'm looking on the other page. Okay, Jay said he live from New Orleans. Is there a video that gets right to the point? Or do we have to watch his whole life? Yeah, I mean, Mook is right. This is what I want to see. I don't want to see him talking and smoking a blunt. Unless he gonna share it. I want to see the video where you talking about the girl was beat up by some girls. That's what we looking for. On his YouTube channel, is that video anywhere that we can find quickly? We know he live right now. He live and acting a fool. Maybe it's, but see that even now, that's 2 hours. We ain't got 2 hours, y'all. Let's be real. We ain't got 2 hours, y'all. Oh, Massey, please for up. The one that's 2 hours. Do you have a time sticker? So you're saying this one, okay?
Holy shit.
But it's 2 hours.
Holy shit, man.
You got one like Anton? Yeah, we don't got 2 hours, y'all. We got it. Do you have a time sticker? Click Massey, please for help. I did, but it's 2 hours. That's the problem. That's the problem. We ain't got 2 hours to watch that whole thing. Okay, thank you so much for yeah, I'm looking for a timestamp. Is there a timestamp that would take us to the part where he is alleging that it was girls that beat the girl up? Because that's what we need. Look, I love Rita. Reed's always talking about somebody. Y'all don't like Anton Daniels? Yeah. Y'all don't like nobody. Y'all don't like Flacco. Y'all don't like Anton Daniels. Yeah. But thank you so much for yeah. If give me a timestamp if anybody has it. See if somebody did a timestamp. And then yes, Breeze, thank you so much for being here. If we do not get a timestamp in this particular live stream, the situation with the inmates is ongoing. So in the next one we do about the inmates, I'll try to get the timestamp for us because that's an interesting part to the story that I have not heard before. So now y'all saying it was some girls. Y'all always trying to blame a woman. Why are you trying to be girls that beat her up? But it can't be the man that's literally in jail and escapes. But it's some women. Y'all crazy. but okay, y'all. But do you see how they brought it back to a woman's fault fear? So, y'all heard what Poetic Flacco was alleging that the girl did have bruises on her and that her eyes, she had two black eyes, they were swollen shut. She had her hair was ripped from her scalp. Now y'all are saying it was some women, but even if it was some women, did he not escape custody? And Muxa, you think that he would have said it in the I Was Let Out video? That was the whole thing, wasn't it? I thought it was because I heard that he made a 9-minute video on Instagram Live. The video that I played you guys was 9 minutes. That's why I was like kind of confused when Jay Rizzo said I didn't play the whole thing. So I'm like, it was 9 minutes. And I played 9 minutes. So I don't get it. I don't get it. And Bree said that was weave. That was ripped out of her scalp. It whether it was weave or not, that don't mean it didn't hurt. Right. And I'm with you, Mook. If that was really the story, why he didn't say it? You're making a whole video proving your innocence, and don't you think that's a big part of the story? Right? You say I'm seeing 9 minutes and 14 seconds in the videos I'm seeing. Which video? Look, y'all just know this got to be a woman fault. So Anton Massey just posted an Instagram live of him pleading for help and alleging he's innocent and asking for anyone to help him, whether that be Donald Trump, Lil Wayne, Meek Mill, NBA YoungBoy, who himself just got pardoned. Everybody gonna be calling on Trump now. See, that's why once you help one, you gotta help them all. And Mook said Anton is going down, dude. Laugh loud. I'm convinced. But you know what? Like I said, and we saw this from Jay Rizzo. One thing that his video did do is get the court of public opinion on his side. As you guys can see, when I was playing you guys that video where Flacco was talking about some of the details that occurred that night, people was in the chat defending Anton. Was anybody defending him before that video where he spoke? No. We were relieving what they said about him, which is that he's a bad dude. And so I'm not sure. We gotta pull this guy's page back up. I'm not sure who this guy is, and I've never heard of him before. But it looks like he has a lot on Anton Massey and about the whole situation. He looks like he's doing a lot of videos about it, or he's done a lot of videos. So he's live right now, but y'all, he was cutting up and smoking a blunt. I was like, we ain't got time for this. Yeah, but he seems like he's really invested into this inmate situation. And here he's made a whole bunch of shorts about it. Yeah. Who is this guy? Do y'all know who this is? And Fair said, okay, he played it from his phone and showed his phone on the live. You can't even really hear it. He knows him personally from what I can tell. Okay. I was like, okay, that makes more sense because he's almost like too invested. Like I've done a couple of live streams, but I'm not developing all my content to this. Okay, so we don't really know if that story about it being women is really true. We don't really know. That's looking like an allegation. That's looking like an allegation so far. And Mook said he vouching for his homie. Look, I'm gonna say one thing. If something happened to me and I go down, I want y'all to advocate on my behalf. Like OG Murder is advocating for Anton. Okay, y'all better be up here talking something. We know Chef Big Bang can't do it. We know she innocent. That's what I'm talking about. I want y'all to have my back like that. I want y'all to ride for me like that. I want the Foodie Gang to ride for me like that. Um, oh, here we go, y'all. Look, believe the facts, okay? I believe the facts. That's all I'm gonna say, Breeze. Y'all love to argue on this. Look, y'all better go hard for me if something happened to me. I want to see a whole bunch of shorts on your page, Fear. Everyone, I want you to be like, free Big Bang, free Big Bang. She ain't do it, she ain't do it. Okay, let's recap. Let's bring it back in. Jay Rizzo had us distracted looking for that fake allegation. Oh wait, Jay Rizzo must have heard me because I was just about talking about you, and you came back with the timestamp. Okay. Um, the 3847 is that which video is that? Because there's a couple of different videos and a couple of different live streams. Is that the one where I'm gonna pull up his page again? Okay, Jay Rizzo. All right, Jay Rizzo, we ain't mad at you no more. I was saying you had a fake allegation, but now like you was telling the truth. Now like you was telling the truth. Let me pull this back up. Okay, Mook said he got a time saying, Chef, you don't move like this from what I see. I sure know. I stay out of trouble. And if something happens, I go on the run, you're not gonna hear from me. Okay? You're not this is I don't need clout. Okay, so it's this one right here. When Anton Massey speaks, please for help. 3847 is the timestamp. Okay? Okay, Jay Rizzo. Jay Rizzo's original allegation was that the girl sustained those bruises and marks that Flacco mentioned from being jumped by some women. She had two black eyes and was really, really beaten up. And we are debating whether she was beat up from Anton Massey or the girls. And I just want to say, everything here is speculation and it's not on us. We are just looking and we being messy. So let's go back in. Let me I'm gonna put mute while I go around. So 3847. And we are gonna see if we hear okay, I'm gonna go back a little bit just so we can be close. Okay, so we have the timestamp. Let's pull this back up, get it ready. Okay. This chat got anything to say before we get into this timestamp? They sure do. Yet she went running to the police. Look, I don't know what happened with this girl, but I know one thing. If Anton get out of this whole situation, he needs to stop messing with this girl. And the moment a girl calls the police on you the first time, you should stop messing with that person, in my opinion. And Mook said, unless Bro can get the girl on the phone and say he ain't beat me, I'm not believing it. um. Okay, Fear says she couldn't hear well. Hopefully, it's loud enough. Okay, that's another thing. If you have evidence and it's not clear and we can't hear it, is it really evidence? Let me turn this all the way up. We're gonna play this part and we're gonna replay it. And we here at 907 Goodies are gonna debate. Maybe I should do a poll. Um, I'm doing that often. I always forget if Anton Massey did it or not. Let's see. I got everything. Let me get the fair use pulled up here.
The woman up for saying that she was supposed to be helping me in Indonesia. Her name is Diamond.
Time out, dog. I gotta get this laugh out, dog. I gotta get this one little laugh out. Said, dog, why you keep calling Meek Mills?
Oh, Lord. Oh, no,
If I don't get that laugh out, dog, it's gonna kill me, dog. Dog, that nigga keep on saying Meek Mills. Like, what the fuck Meek gonna do? Meek someone probably fucking hoping, dog. Meek probably like, bitch, don't say my name. I'm hoping they don't call me in the Diddy trial.
He's trying to stay out of
Yeah,
everything.
Meek talking about helping you. Meek might be in some fucking trouble. Man, let's play this. Dog, he must like Meek Mill. That might be one of his favorite rappers or something. That bitch keeps saying Lil Wayne and Meek Mill.
That nigga say it be a young boy, Trump, everybody.
Kidnapping, the second degree rape, the second degree kidnapping, the domestic abuse battery, right? Now, this woman, this is a grown woman, not a child. This woman I was dating, right? Now, on the news right now, they saying that they locked this woman up for trying to help me, right? Or whatever they need to lock her up for. So, what I want to show you and show you how corrupted the state of Louisiana is,
Yeah, I'm kind of with Fear. I can't hear nothing. And that's the same video I played. I'm confused, Chad. What's going on here? What's going on here? That's the same video I played. And he didn't say nothing about no girl. Am I tripping? Or what do y'all think, Chad? I'm confused at what's going on here, really. Yes, Anton should have been left alone. Calling the police is equivalent to a death terrorist threat. I don't play those kind of. Yeah, Antoine, the same way that a lot of these men be guilty for messing with these, birds, bad women. You should have known. But I don't get what we're looking at because that's the same video that I played. So I'm kind of confused. Yeah. He ain't mentioned nothing about she got jumped. We watched that whole live stream together, y'all. I don't get how they got to the part of the girls jumped her. That's the jump I don't get. Yeah. Look, get back on with the show, okay? If y'all got real evidence, send it to me on Instagram. If you got some real allegations, but over here at 97 Goodies, we're kind of going off of the evidence that we can see. We did not see or hear anything about them saying about getting jumped by girls. We did not see that. We can't find it because it's not true, probably, or it didn't get said. I don't understand how we even got here because I played this whole video. So I don't know. I don't know, y'all. And then Fear said bird catchers. Yes, exactly. And shout out to Bolo TV. He was on No Captivity with Freezy one day. And he said, man, y'all be getting mad at the bird catchers or the birds. You need to get mad at the bird catcher. I said, man, preach, 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 preach. But yeah, I don't get what's going on here, and we're gonna get back into the content because I've been showing y'all stuff that actually was being alleged and actually was being denied. I was showing y'all proof. Yeah. Jay Rizzo just made that up, or the OG murder dude just added that. Yeah, and OG murder was smoking a blunt, and we saw that. How much of what he's saying can we really trust or believe when you clearly are not even in your right state of mind? Not saying there's anything wrong with smoking, I'm just saying. If you go in the interrogation police room and you're drunk or you're high, I don't even know if we can believe your testimony. Look, OG murder was turned. Okay, we don't know what he talking about and what's going on. That see now that is speculation. And Fair said Bolo was right. You know when Bolo talked, when nobody's saying nothing, because what he was. That's how you know whatever you're saying is very important, or when you're making a lot of sense. When don't nobody even interrupt, they just give you the floor. Yeah. Look, Jay. Just send me the clip to my IG, Chef Big Bang. Okay, we're not doing number timestamps. You didn't put fear on the case. She got a lot going on. She working hard, trying to investigate. You guys out here looking for clues, and ain't no clues that we had. um, we let it play. And okay, all right. Moving on, you guys. So Anton Massey is on the run still and is making videos. I'm not sure whose IG he's using. We heard what Flacco was alleging about the girl and her condition when they found her. Anton Massey, let me ask you guys this. He also stated in there that he was a good man. Do you think that it is possible to be a good man and also be in the position that he is in? Do you think that that is possible? Yeah, I'm with Mook. Yeah. When OG murder does not look like a credible source, I don't know who that man is. He look like somebody's uncle that got a YouTube channel. Like somebody uncle with a YouTube channel who be up in there smoking a blunt and having just talking. um, I'm gonna try to do a poll real quick. Okay, the question I'm gonna ask you guys is Anton Massey innocent? That's what I'm gonna say. We gotta hit the like button in the meantime, and shout out to Angela for being the sponsor of the show. Coming through with that $3. Y'all go ahead and support the channel, so that we can continue to cook and continue to have time for tea. Yeah, I think this is like the second poll I've ever done in 907 Goodies history. But I want to know, what do you guys think? Do you think Anton Massey's innocent, or do you think he's guilty? And let's see what the chat is saying. Fear said the type that stands in front of the corner store all day drinking natural ice. Yes. Yeah, like if it was on trial for anything and my witness had to be OG murder, I would not be happy. I would not be happy. Hey, Coach Bird, how are you doing? How are you doing? Crazy emotional about women when I was 15, 16, now at 30. I don't think remotely the same. If I gotta beat you or feel like putting my hands on you, I don't need you. Yes. And if you are with someone who likes the toxicity, get away from that person. What's up, Coach Ferg? You know, we love Coach Ferg over here at 907 Diddy. Coach Ferg be having us rolling. But in that video, Antoine Massey alleged that he was innocent. It's a definition of innocent these days. If I could break out of jail and become innocent, what is the definition of innocent? What do we call an innocent now? And I think he's guilty of beating the girl and escaping prison. Yes. And let me pull up let's replay what Flacco was saying about how the woman was found because we got interrupted. We went down the rabbit hole. We was looking for something that wasn't nothing and it was kind of crazy. But that is live. We're doing live research, y'all. Yeah, we're gonna go back to the Flacco and when he was reading and rewatch that part. Cause I feel like we kind of got like off the subject of how the girl was beaten because we were thinking, oh, it was some other women. And even if she did get beat by some women, we don't know, but that's not a part of the story and it's part of the paperwork. That ain't got nothing to do with nothing. Hey, Joanne, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? So we're talking about escaped New Orleans inmate Anton Massey speaks out. So he is on the run and he posted an Instagram live. And during the Instagram live, he alleged that he's innocent, the jail is corrupt, and he didn't do anything wrong, and they are trying to throw charges on him when the woman has already admitted that she did lie. So we are talking about that. And we're going to go back to Flacco, and he was talking about her bruises. Also, in that video, Anton said that she didn't have any bruises. She's perfectly fine. According to this report, the homegirl was beat up. So that is what we are talking about. That was Jay Rizzo ain't credible no more. I thought he found something nobody else did. Yeah, we were literally looking at the video that I played off of somebody else's live. It was very, very strange. Very strange.
Of the date, which was November the 10th.
Manipulators like this depend on you not doing any type of research whatsoever and just taking his word for it. Now, a woman coming back and trying to get her abuser out of jail isn't rare. Some women do that. Some women love to do, they're so delusional, they're so dumb that they will try to get you out of jail after putting you in there. And even though you are absolutely guilty. So this is not her just coming and saying, yo, he did this to me and the police picked him up. No. Apparently, when the police found her, she had bruises all over her body. She had a bloodied face, raspy voice. Her eyes were swollen shut and had trouble swallowing. This is not somebody who just made up they were beaten. No, she had visible injuries. Now, apparently, this is the same woman who tried to break him out of jail. Like, she helped him escape prison. So this is just a dummy altogether. But her being a dummy don't take away from her being attacked. Now, apparently this is what happened, okay? In 2024, the woman told officers the couple started arguing at her house in Slidell. When Massey went through her purse and found paperwork from a protection order violation. Now, she already had a protection order out against this dude. So, from a protection order violation report she previously filed against him, according to court documents. When Massey confronted her, he beat her, strangled, and forced her into her car, driving her against her will down dark roads in New Orleans, East and other areas, telling her, "I'm about to kill you." According to court documents, when they spotted a police car near the McDonald's on Elysian Fields, the woman told investigators she jumped out the car and tried to flag the officers down, but Massey caught her and dragged her back to the car, where he strangled her until she lost consciousness. Later that same morning, Massey brought the woman to his sister's house, where he became enraged again that she was being too loud. He ripped the braids from her head, leaving blood all over the walls, according to court documents. She eventually escaped hours later and flagged down a passing car. Her own car was recovered abandoned in the 7,000 block of Martin Road. Days later, Massey was found in Texas with a Mercedes that was stolen from a party in New Orleans East, court document says. This is not a man who is completely innocent, bro. While on the run, he stole somebody's vehicle. They went to the sister house.
So this is what is going on, or this is what happened on the night of the initial encounter that landed Massey with the allegations of domestic abuse. This is what happened. And so Mook said, damn, and bro was going through her purse. And then Joanne said there are 2 other New Orleans escapees that were captured in Texas. Yes, that is very true. And we actually reported on that. And I showed you guys the videos of when the deputies caught up to the suspects and dragged them out of the car. It was a wild encounter. So these are the initial, this is the allegation of what happened that night. And it's hard to hear this and say, Massey, you're innocent. But I think it's good to hear this and I think it's good to do your research. You know what I'm saying? To have all of the facts, the police report, her side, his side, if there's any witnesses, to hear everything before drawing a conclusion. If we just heard Massey's side and we said, oh, he's innocent without hearing every other side, that's a bit crazy. This is just one other side, which is the police report. And I feel like when people first report an incident, they're going to tell the truth. You know what I'm saying? Like when they first report it. But this is what the girl is saying, what they saying, what the police report is saying.
Found blood all on the wall. So, no, this is not a situation where a woman just said something, police arrested you, and then she came back and said, oh, no, he didn't do it. Yeah, she's a dummy, right? She is a victim who's a dummy. But no, you're not innocent, bro. Like, rot in hell, rot in jail.
Of 2024, okay? So, I was in Centennial, right? And I was on a regular domestic charge, right? So, they put a parole hold on me because I was on a domestic charge. So, that being said is that once that occurred, and the charges was refused or whatever, they shipped me to.
Okay. We don't believe Jay Rizzo, but we do believe Fear No Mortals, okay? She's saying that she found what Jay Rizzo is talking about, where he stated that those bruises, the 2 black eyes, the braids being ripped out, came from getting jumped. And Fear said, I found the 907 goodies. He did say it at 39:20:41. It's in the same video you played. We just missed it. Okay. Let me get that pulled back up, y'all. Bear with me. I'm I'm going to go back to his page, get it pulled up, and we're gonna see. We're gonna see. And if Jay Rizzo is right, if that allegation was alleged, we will apologize to Jay Rizzo for saying that we don't believe him and that they are a liar and he playing games. We will apologize. And we are not too big to do that. If we got it wrong here, if we threw Jay Rizzo away and he has some credible evidence he wasn't lying. Now we're not saying that we think the allegation is true, but what we are saying is that Jay Rizzo, we will apologize to you if what you said the first time is true, and we sorry. Okay, I'm going to I need to pull up his the YouTube channel again. Let me just go to my history. Did you guys know that Anton Massey's auntie has a YouTube channel too? Yeah. Look, shout out to Mook still on my side. He said, I swear we watched the whole thing. Okay, I'm looking for 39, 20, 49. Shout out to Fear No Mortals for doing the right research. Okay. And Mook was saying that we did need to watch more. And I said, Mook, we done with you. We done with you, Mook, or not Mook? Jay Rizzo. Um, and Mook said, "What's their channel name?" If you give me a second, I'm actually gonna, if we have a little bit, if we have time, I'm gonna play you one of the videos from the auntie. And then I don't remember what her channel name is. I think it's like something weird. Okay, here we are. We're going back into OG Murder's YouTube channel, and we are looking for the allegation that she was jumped by girls, and it really was not Anton Massey. Now, once we hear the allegation, we're not saying whether it's true or false, but we're looking for the allegation to verify Jay Rizzo. Because Jay Rizzo, you're finna get kicked out the kitchen. Okay? We was finna be done with you. He said, thank you, Fear. Yeah. We was finna be done with you, but we let you back in. We sorry. We sorry. Okay, so let's play that. Let's see if we hear it. Y'all, I'm gonna turn up the sound.
So what I want to show you and show you how corrupted the state of Louisiana is, the courts and the system period, right? All right here I have legal drop phones for that supposed to be rape charge or whatever they say.
Let me go back. I don't hear nothing.
On the news right now, they saying that they locked this woman up for trying to help me, right? Or whatever they need to be locked up for. So what I want to show you and show you how corrupted the state of Louisiana is, the courts and the system period, right? All right here I have legal drop phones for that supposed to be rape charge or whatever they said that I.
Did y'all hear anything? And Jay Rizzo said, can't kick me out of the kitchen. I'm like, do y'all hear anything? Or maybe that's me because I got these headphones on. And yeah, this unalive was because the guy was stalking her. 2 TikTok murders within 1 month. I'm not sure of that story. Do y'all hear anything? Or maybe it's my headphones. Because I don't hear nothing really. She said between 39, 19, and 42. Okay. No, I was asking you guys if you hear anything.
What I want to show you and show you how corrupted the state of Louisiana is, the courts and the system period, right? All right here I have legal drop phones for that supposed to be rape charge or whatever they said that I did to this woman, right? But it was a woman that I was dating, not a child, none of that like that nature. It's a woman I was dating. She found out that she thought that I was dating another woman, so she had a fight with some girls and told the police and St. Tammany that she thought she saw me in the car, right? And then called the police. And on these, the same day, which was November the 10th of 2024, and made another police report in Orleans Parish, right? This woman was mad at me for whatever reason, for that I was dealing with one of her friends or something like that, and told the police that she had a fight or whatever, and just taking affidavits, right? So in St. Tammany Parish, she let people know the detective of the case that came to the hospital because she went to the hospital, must have had some blood for she got jumped by some friends. So she told the people that it was me, right? All right. So the people put out a warrant for my arrest or whatever. I go to jail in St. Tammany, right? I beat the message on the St. Tammany and these Orleans Parish. That's how I got in Orleans Parish. But to make a long story short, this woman told the detective that's over the case in St. Tammany for the domestic abuse, the rape and all that, she told him that I did not do that to her. All right. So why was I in jail? Okay, wait, watch this. That's how I show you that how the prison systems and the law is corrupted in the state of Louisiana. St. Tammany and all of these parishes have the corruptedest DAs, judges in the world. We have the highest incarceration rate in the world. Now check this out. This is a legal drop form from this woman in Orleans Parish. She charged domestic abuse, battery, and strangulation. This is in Orleans Parish, right? This is what this woman did. Diamond White, who they just locked up for saying she was trying to help me, right? I'm on a charge for this same woman in St. Tammany and Orleans Parishes. All my charges come from this one wrong woman right here. All right, this is a legal affidavit from this woman. A legal affidavit, and I kept it.
I think what I'm gonna have to do, because I can't really hear it through my headphones, I'm gonna have to watch it when I'm not live, like without the headphones, because I can't really. It's weird. But I'm reading the chat, and y'all already apologizing to Jay Rizzo. Here at Time for TN97 Goodies, we are never too high up where we cannot admit if we misspoke or if we were wrong. We can say we did not listen long enough. We was getting ready to throw Jay Rizzo out the kitchen, but we need you on the investigative team because you out here doing your research, doing your investigating. Okay. Jeffrey said, there you go. He just said it. And Fear said, he said she had a fight with some girls. He said she had a fight with some gang bees, and then he said she got jumped by friends. And so he's saying that that's where all her bruises came from, not from him. I just want to know why he was still messing with this girl. Okay, so yes, I'm gonna have to watch it when I'm not live because I feel like with my headphones it's not really playing. But let's watch a little bit more of this, and let's see if OG Murder is gonna comment on what was just announced and what was just said.
The reason why I left the jail because these people were trying that I did not do. And then plus, look how dirty it is. They went and locked this woman up. Her name is Diane. Like, look on the news. They went and locked this woman up, said that she was trying to help me. Wherever I raped this woman or beat this woman, why would she be trying to help me?
Right.
For real.
Yes, in my past, I made mistakes. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say mistakes. I was just young. You know what I'm saying? But the system has failed.
Smash that like button, y'all. Smash that like button. I'm about to bring you up, Lee.
This is from the woman, the victim, who they said that I'm supposed to have been raped and all that dumb ass shit. They just locked up. She on the news right now. Diamond White, this is her right here. Legalized murder.
Dog, them bitches dirty, dog.
Why I wasn't let out of jail? This woman is saying over the jailhouse law phone that she's gonna let the people know that I didn't do this. So why was I still in jail? You see what I'm saying, world? I'm asking for help, please. This is a big situation.
They was trying to railroad her.
And I have a
Dog, that's fucked up, dog.
father. You know what I'm saying? But these people trying to take me away for the rest of my life. This woman did not do nothing to even be in jail. You feel what I'm saying? But I'm trying to show you what these people are doing. I have legal affidavits that say that I did not do this to her. She got jumped by some females. Look what it's saying.
He got about a pause.
They got a million females in the world. Why would I have to rape somebody? Look at me. I'm a handsome young man. I know this already. Like, come on, man. And by my tattoos, these people are judging my character. These people are trying to throw me away in St. Tammany Parish for these serious charges. So please, I'm asking for a thorough investigation be done over the parish of St. Tammany and Orleans Parish for what they doing, people. They have innocent black people that they throwing away. This is ridiculous. Like, ridiculous. And they're not playing. I'm asking for help, Lil Wayne. I'm asking for Donald Trump. I'm asking for Kim Kardashian. I'm asking for all these people. I didn't even have a lawyer. So
That little bitch said Kim Kardashian.
They said, come help me.
That bitch said Kim Kardashian.
It's a law. God, is he going by the law, or they just doing what they want to do? They're going to show you. Jason Williams. These people are racist. These people are biased. These people just doing whatever they want to do, and I'm asking for help, please, before they throw me away for something that I did not do. I'm not on charge for different women, different females. I'm on a charge for the same female in St. Tammany Parish and Orleans Parish. And this woman did it in both parishes. Told the detective in St. Tammany, I did not do this. The woman told her, yes, I'm going to get Mr. Massey. I finally got her. She telling him, how you got him? She said, well, you told me that he beat you. She said, yeah, I did tell you that, but I never told you that I told you that I thought I saw him. You feel what I'm saying? In the vehicle with the girls that jumped her. You feel what I'm saying? They never even did a rape kit on this female on Diamond White. They never did a rape kit. None of that. They just saying that I did this to her. So I'm trying to prove my innocence. Please.
Damn, dog.
And you got to do a rape kit for those type of allegations.
That is very true. For those type of allegations, there does have to be a little bit of proof. Most I don't believe in my guy. Ain't no girls, even when they jump in her, gonna give two black eyes and all that. Yeah. Okay, so if she got jumped, which is what it's being said now, did she call the police on him and say he was Anton? She called she called the police on Anton and said it was him, but it was really some girls, and he kept messing with her. That's the part I don't get. Jay Rizzo, is that what happened here? She said it was him, but it was really by some girls, and then he kept messing with her. Y'all, them girls pieced her up though. Or was that a man that hit her? Y'all make sure y'all answer the poll in the chat if y'all got an answer. Um, yet if you got an answer, I'm just I don't know. Mook said I've seen hella girls fight, none of which ended with black eyes. That's a good point. She called and like, okay, so she got jumped by some girls, and then she lied on Anton allegedly, and said it was Anton. And then Anton kept messing with the girl. That's the part I don't get in the story. That's the part that kind of like makes me think like, it really wasn't the girls. Because why would he continue to talk to her? And Mook said she had a protection order against dude already. Oh, before the black eyes. I don't know, you guys. Okay, so we just gonna act like everything that happened to him just happened to him. He had nothing. This is the same with Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion. Tory is not completely innocent, and he chose to mess around with those type of people. I feel like if Anton Massey continued to mess with the girl after she lied on him about something so serious, that's the part I don't get. Why would he take her back? Why was he still messing with her? Why are they talking now? Because she was just arrested. I believe it was the same girl. She was just arrested for trying to help him out of jail. So that's a weird situation. And thank you so much, Fear. Thank you so much. This is a okay. In response to Mook, if girl got a ring on, she died in that eye. But you remember that movie, Thin Love Between Love and Hate, where she went to the bathroom and I think she had like some oranges in a sock or something, and she beat herself up real bad, and she made it look like I think it was Martin Lawrence. She made it look like he had beat her up. So it's not impossible to find a way to get some black eyes. But what I don't get is why Anton was still, and it's to this day, is still talking to the girl. That's the part I'm like, I don't get that part. But I did not expect to hear this twist and this turn. Do you guys think that she got jumped by some girls? Or do you think Anton did it? What y'all think? I said I really don't know. I really don't know.
Nobody in the city of Louisiana, they're asking, please, man, please help me. There's a lot going on, man, in the city of Louisiana. Like, they have people thinking, like, all this corruption going on in the city of Louisiana.
Smash that like button, y'all.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they try to paint a picture of me as this big old bad guy who I threatened Sterling to beat this man. How did I threaten you, bro? You can't even come around me without a deputy being on the tip.
Exactly. Exactly. Sound like murder, boy.
Why I did what I did because of the same reason that how corrupt the state of Louisiana is. That's why I left you alone. Anybody in the world when you being accused of something that you never did. Now I'm not saying that everything that I did when I was young I didn't do. I'm not saying that. I'm not no saint. I'm not no angel.
Man. Man, you can't keep saying they let you out, then you keep on saying you left. Stop doing that. Stop doing that. Don't you like your ATM? You just like your ATM. Shut up.
to emoji, talk to him, get your story together, get your story together. Your words is everything. Your words is everything. Make it make sense.
They let you out.
Oh fuck.
Damn.
They let you out, bro. Fuck.
Chill
Like,
out.
that's it.
Once before is not who I am today. I am a father. You know what I'm saying? I have a mother. I have sisters that love me. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, I'm asking for help, man. I'm asking for all these people,
Lil Wayne.
Because my fear, he just locked up on you. I don't even like who they said that I'm supposed to be raped. Went to this attorney to the courthouse and said I did not do this. I have legal life after this.
Get them lights up. Get them lights up for me, y'all. Get them lights up.
Mr. Massey was still in jail. Come on, man. Help me, man. Please.
God.
Okay, so I asked the question of why would Anton Massey still be messing with this girl after everything that transpired? Mook Avelli said, "Good coochie or he homeless." Okay, because why else was he continuing to mess with her? Because that initial incident happened in 2023, right? Or not sure what year the initial incident happened, but even if he felt he was innocent, breaking out of jail, then recording an Instagram live to sway public opinion is not going to exonerate you, is not going to clear you of any charges. All we are going to do is get in your business, investigate, speculate, and then move on to the next topic when the next one comes. In my opinion. And Jay Rizzo said paperwork says it all. But y'all remember in the ASAP and ASAP Relly, or ASAP Rocky and ASAP Relly, how Relly had pulled up to court with the bullets in the bag and he had his own evidence? It don't really work that way. You can't bring your own evidence. You have to, you know what I'm saying? Like, because then it's like, well, of course your evidence says that you're trying to get out. And Luke said a homeless nigga has to tolerate a lot out of women. Y'all know that too. You treat a nigga living with you any type of way. And he said, remember the police report said he was going through her purse. I love when I rewatch my content back because I noticed things I didn't notice the first time. So watch this on the replay, share this video, hit the like button, support the channel, support the channel. Shout out to Angela for coming through with the $3. Y'all, this story. Okay, so when I pulled up, I had the video and I had what Flocka was saying, and I had some other videos. But then Jay Rizzo changed the game by telling us another piece of the story that we didn't catch. So now I'm like, oh my god, we're gonna have to do a part two. But I'm curious if they gonna catch Massey by the end of the day. Y'all think they gonna catch him? Well, I do believe a woman can do some real foul diabolical stuff and lie on a man, but I don't think that is the case. She got that snappy, nappy dugout. Ooh, y'all get nasty in the chat on this Tuesday morning. Dang, y'all. Are they gonna catch Anton Massey today? Or what y'all think? What is y'all prediction? Fears that he was on some Project Pat Gorilla Pimp mess. Look. See, this is the problem. And I call Instagram, TikTok the poor man's PR. When you go on social media and you be doing these tell-all videos People can replay them, they can pause it, they can break it down, and they can go fact check every allegation. And that's what's being done here now with Antoine Massey. But I do think it was good for him to get his side of the story out. I don't know if this is going to go the way he wants it to go, which is Trump, Lil Wayne, Meek Mill, and NBA YoungBoy helping him. First of all, NBA YoungBoy is not in a position to help nobody. He just got help. Lil Wayne don't even remember the wedding when you was a ring bearer. He don't even remember that. Trump, oh, you got to have that money for Trump to help you. Pardons are for sale. They're not given to the innocent people. You know, they're for sale. Some things. Meek Mill is in the corner somewhere, hiding out because he's about to be named in the Diddy trial. So Meek Mill is laying low right now. Okay, Meek Mill said, "I don't want nobody else playing with my name." Meek Mill is staying out the way, and we're gonna talk about Diddy because y'all have been asking me to report on Diddy. But I'm not going to talk about the P part because that part is very, very nasty. But Meek Mill is in the corner somewhere hoping that we don't even talk about him. So I know he is mad that Antoine Massey even brought up his name. He's just hoping he don't get brought up in the Diddy case. And he hoping that he don't get caught up in no photos or on the wiretaps revolving around Diddy. So Meek Mill cannot help nobody right now. He looking out for himself, which is rightfully so, because if he had anything to do with anything Diddy had to do with, Meek Mill, you in trouble. Because it's not even the fact that he may go to jail, it's public opinion. And if you are a rapper, you know, anyone in the public eye, public opinion really doesn't matter. So all those people I just named or that he named ain't gonna be able to help him. Look, it don't matter what we think or what we don't think about Meek Mill being zesty, but it matters in the court of public opinion because he's trying to be a rapper and have his whole image out here. So Meek Mill, look, y'all just need to leave Meek Mill around. Leave Meek Mill alone. She is on a hiatus. And yes, that was a live from OG Murder, and he is live right now. I guess we'll have to. I don't know if I have 2 hours though. I ain't gonna lie. Okay. Yes, that was a live. Okay, I just reread it with Anton Massey. That was an IG live. Thought the original live was only 9 minutes, but maybe there was more. Or I heard that he put out a couple of different videos. So maybe that's what that was. Yeah, he went live from someone else's account. And look, what if somebody has to say to you to be a fugitive on the run to use your Instagram account? Bro, I don't care who you are, how I know you, if we grew up together. You are a fugitive on the run. You cannot use my IG. Moxa, I'm hungry. What should I do for lunch? I haven't even thought about food. Oh, okay. So I owe you guys a members only live chat breakfast. I think tomorrow. Okay, let me go over the schedule, y'all. Tonight we're gonna be back and we're gonna talk about Cardi B, Stephon Diggs, and the third trap that Cardi B was doing this weekend. Tomorrow we're gonna cook breakfast. I'm gonna do a members only live chat because I owe you guys. Because on Sunday I wasn't able to fix it, so I did go live. I mean, on Saturday I went live, but it wasn't correct. So Wednesday we're gonna make breakfast, and then Wednesday night we are gonna talk about food stamps and everything everything that's going on surrounding food stamps. We're actually going to have somebody join the panel that's going to give us some more insight on food stamps, illegal immigration, and immigration, period. So that's what's going on. Yeah, Chipo, thank you so much. Jay Rizzo said, poor Mickey. Yeah, Meek Mills was like, God damn, man, son, why you name me? You know I'm in a hiding. Look, he said it twice too. You know Meek Mills, man. He's like, bro, I don't even know you. And thank you so much. He said, purple looks nice on you. Thank you so much. You know, when I first started this channel, I didn't know purple and blue was going to be my colors for 907 cookies, but I like the purple and blue because it's like, it's not too girly. You know what I'm saying? I don't want it to be overly girly. Ooh, fears that he's trying to get his lawyer paid for. And one thing he mentioned is like when I go back into custody. So he I think he knows he's going back, but he wanted to get this video out here, get his side out, because one thing that we do see is we're seeing a lot of like, I call it GoFundMe, but I think they renamed it to like Go Click Fund something, Click Send Go something. But what if he is able to get one set up to raise money for his legal defense? I mean, it's a long shot, but we're seeing a lot of people raise thousands of dollars. So he was like, you know what, I might as well try. I'm already on the run. I ain't got nothing to lose. I might as well. But he could. I wonder if they're going to start a GoFundMe for him and raise money to help him. Okay, Mook is talking about me. Yeah, you are not using my Instagram to go live while you are on the run. But fear, it was probably the accent. The accent got him. He was like, baby. Okay. So there was a bunch of Instagram lives. Is that what it was? Okay, so I gotta do a little bit more research. Because I heard that he did a string and I only brought y'all one, but there was a whole bunch. Do you guys happen to have the name of the IG account that he went live from? Because I would just fast track the research I gotta do. Coach Frank said, keep running past my house. Access tonight. Yeah. Leave me the bleep alone. Don't come over here. Don't call me hell. Don't even tell them that you know me. Coach said, don't come over here with that bullshit. Who Mook said, get all those illegals gone. But we are going to talk about it tomorrow. We're going to talk more about food stamps. We're going to have Liliana come up here and talk about it. If you guys have any personal stories of food stamps or illegal immigrants, I would like you to come up and share your story, or even legal immigration. I feel like so many times we talk about stuff, but we don't put faces to it. You know, these are innocent people. Not everybody's a criminal. Not everybody's a good person. So, and then Coach said, bring back paper food stamps to teach those dumb ass people to count, multiply, and divide. Do you know what I heard, Coach Ferd, that you probably gonna love? I heard in some states they're already making it where you can only buy certain stuff on food stamps. Childhood obesity is on the rise. I mean, we got to start somewhere. And Jay Rizzo, do you have a membership? But we're gonna make a breakfast. But Jay Rizzo is referring to how we tried to shun him out the kitchen, but we brought him back and we said we are so sorry. We doubted you. And then Coach said purple represents royalty. Yes, thank you so much. And Mook said, I think Fed's gonna shut it down. Yeah, that's what I said. Do y'all have the Instagram name? Can y'all give me the Instagram name so that I can look up all the videos to try to go get them? Or, um, yeah. Or I guess I could look on OG Murder's page, but I wish he just had like shorter videos. He be doing all that talking and all that stuff. And then Mook said, I can be wrong though, unless he has his family opening for him. I don't know, but you are not using any of my social media platforms if you were on the run. And see, this is why you don't let people borrow your phone. You know those people that come up to you and they be like, can I use your phone? I gotta make a phone call. Not on my phone. Because I don't know where you came from. I don't know who looking for you. I don't know who you calling. It's sad, but it's true. Yes. And Fear said that's what I think, or get a celebrity to pay for it. He that those videos that he made could raise money. It could get people advocating on his behalf. I love when y'all come to 907 do this and y'all put y'all orders in. That's what I'm talking about. Yes, that accent, bro. I'm telling you, he was over there smooth talking to women. He was over there smooth talking to them. They looked past some 3 big tattoos on his face. Look, they was dropping like it was hot. Anyone helping him in any kind of way is going to be in trouble. Yes, they sure are. And some of the people that already helped are being booked on. One of the bonds is 1.1 million for the main twerker. One of the girls that helped, $2.5 million bond on a 5-year sentence. Unheard of. They are not playing, and they want them to do the full 5 years from the front to the back. They ain't playing. Yeah, Trey, nasty is my phone. I don't got one. But I saw you one and all that one don't work for people like you. Yeah, nope. I don't let nobody use my phone. I'm not picking nobody up and giving nobody no rides. Y'all evil people in the world done ruined it. We can't even help nobody. They said run past my house. My phone dead. We ain't got no food. It's in the month. Look, I've got nothing up in here that you need. Nothing. Okay, so we heard from OG Murder, and there is more videos. What I'm gonna try to do is see if I can find all of them, or maybe like someone put together a mass video where I can like look all of them up quickly. But yes, there are more Instagrams. I only played for you guys one. Okay, so this is someone reacting to the video that we're gonna play. Ooh. And he had a good point. So this is Hot Boy Turk, which I believe is a rapper, but correct me if I'm wrong. So he is going to react to this situation and he's gonna give us his thoughts. Yep, Trey, I know that's right. You ain't gonna get me. Yes. Fear said it's hard to help people these days. They are crazy and scammers. Yes, Fear, and I feel like that would be a great topic for you to talk about on your channel. Is because it's like it's really a balancing act between helping people and looking out for yourself. Because people be trying to like stab you in the back, they were trying to use you. And so it's like finding that balance of who to help who not to help, I think is the biggest struggle, one of the biggest struggles in life. And Trey said, or Coach Park said, I will help anyone trying to be better, not trying to break the law, scam, or scream. That is a good point. Um, okay, because I knew Hot Boy Turk was from somewhere, and Fear said he yes used to be in the Hot Boys with Lil Wayne on Cash Money. Okay, so we're gonna hear from him, and the Hot Boys is a New Orleans group, so that must mean that Hot Boy Turk is from New Orleans, may still even live there, has a little bit of experience with that prison system that Anton Massey was alleging is correct. So let me pull that up. Yeah, but it's hard to help people and it's really a shame, because it's like you try to help somebody and they'll do you wrong, so then you don't want to help nobody. And then you just become mean and bitter before you know it.
Okay, so now Turk, recently we were just talking about, the escapees in New Orleans, in Louisiana. So, I mean, what's the latest update on what you've been seeing going on, sir?
Man, it's crazy because Antoine Massey just sent the message to NOLA and basically the world, and he basically wanted to get in contact with Meek Mills, Wayne, Donald Trump, and I listened to his plea, you know what I'm saying? And being in a situation, being locked up, bro, I can feel him. You feel me? Like, you have to be locked up and go through some corruption to understand that it is corrupted in these systems. You feel me? He said that the man Sterling, which was the maintenance man, lied on him, which said that he was threatened. He said he didn't break out, he was let out. You know what I'm saying? And he looked dead in the camera, bro, and he said it, and I could be wrong, but it's something about this situation that not adding up with them saying that these people did what they did. You know what I'm saying? Now, two wrongs don't make a right. You know what I'm saying? It is a right way to go about doing it. But if you in a situation and you, like he say, he can't afford a lawyer, his back against the wall. The only way I can get the attention of the people is to do whatever I need to do to get out the situation that I'm in. He also say he got a signed affidavit from the victim. I'm not gonna say the woman's name, but he got a signed affidavit where they was trying to charge him with rape and some other charges, where the girl was saying that, basically he's innocent. You know what I'm saying? And when you got a signed affidavit, bro.
Now, I do agree with what he's saying, which is like Anton Massey didn't go about this the right way. But I do think that there's a story to be told and some truth in what he is saying. As far as them being corrupt, he's being done wrong by the fact that the case, or they have a signed affidavit from the woman saying that she did lie. But like we said earlier in the stream, if the state picks up those charges, it don't matter who they think is lying. If they picked up the charges, they must have evidence.
That got to be honored. That got to be taken into consideration. But, he pleading saying that he can't get no situation going on his situation because Orleans and St. Tammany is, corrupted. Like I said, bro, being in a situation, you only could feel him if you have been in a situation where you done been through some corruption, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, I feel like Antoine Massey got a story to tell, man, and I think it deserved the attention that he got when they said that they all broke out and they was on the run. Listen to him and hear him out, Donald Trump. You know what I'm saying? Because if anything, it can be something going on, bro. Like I say, man, you know what I'm saying? Of course, he probably gonna still have to, you know, endure something from getting out of the situation because that ain't the right way to do it. But put yourself in his shoes. If that is the truth, the only way I could get your attention is to do what I need to do to get out to get your attention. You feel me?
No, I don't agree with that part. There are other things that Anton Massey could have done. And like he said, he has an 18-year-old daughter that just graduated from, I think high school. Even before he broke out of jail, he was in jail for other stuff. He's been in and out of jail. So even if we are saying that he's innocent on this charge, bro, the 4 other times you escaped from jail, were those your fault? Were any of those times your fault? Seeing a really big lack of accountability, Trey's absolutely right. You don't have to be locked up to realize the system is corrupt. We already knew it was corrupt. And I haven't even been to prison, been to jail, and I knew that. I knew it was corrupt already. So, what about the other 12 folks who got locked up with him? They don't have stories too? This is the thing though. Yes, they have stories, but once you go back in custody, they ain't let you tell nothing. Derek Groves, I think it's best for him not to talk. Honestly, and everybody has a story about where they came from, how bad it was, what the trauma they went through. And Jay Rizzo said the state signed the paper saying he innocent. That's paper in his hands. But okay, Jay Rizzo, even if they sign the affidavit saying that or I don't even think it was signed from the state. I'm not really too sure, but wouldn't the state still be able to press the charges or no? I'm not a lawyer. Let me know if anybody knows. And Mook said, I'm calling Cap, laughing loud. I don't believe this. Jail is corrupt all around America. Don't go. Exactly. If you feel like the system is corrupt, which it is, we all know that. Shout out to G Honda because he said it on his channel first. Instead of you advocating for prison reform, why don't you stay out of prison? Why don't you stay out of jail and stay out of trouble? That's the real advocating that needs to be done for the system. And shout out to Jihanna for dropping that jewels on his channel. Shout out to Jihanna. Right, he stayed out long enough to tell his side. Yeah, he did. But wouldn't be no story to tell if he wasn't locked up. But yeah, even if he is innocent on this charge, he broke out of jail 4 other times. So I think some accountability needs to be taken. Usually the one who snitches first gets a chance to tell the story first. You know what? Is this what that was? Because some people do think that this was self-snitching. 50 Cent, can you make a 1-season series of this story? Laugh aloud. Yes. This will be a good story right here. And it's not even over. F&M, they might be able to stretch this out to 3 seasons at least. Because we got to think what was going on inside of his jail before they broke out. Yeah, this is going to be a couple seasons. But yeah, 50 Cent, go ahead and get the rights. Employ some people. Give Lil Meese a job in this series. Let's see what else Turk got to say.
So that's the latest what's going on, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's on Antoine Massey. You feel me?
Do you believe that, that people will actually be able to hear him out, man.
I think if you have a heart and you have a open mind, you know what I'm saying, like you have to listen in order to hear a person out. Some people don't like to listen, you know, and it's always different sides to a story.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just like you can believe a lie and a person could come and look you dead in the eye with a straight face and lie on somebody. You know what I'm saying? A person that's really going through it can look you dead in your eye and tell you the truth. The man say he's willing to take a lie detector test. And to be honest, I feel like a person that's on a run with all of this news coverage, you know, man, I'm not about to show my face. Fuck it, I'm gone. I think his conscience is eating him up because he know, man, you know I wasn't supposed to do this, but I had to do this, but let me tell these people why.
My
you know what I'm
story,
saying? Let me get my story out.
Exactly.
You feel me? I don't think he's clout chasing or none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? I think that it deserve, you know, he deserved to be looked into, bro, to see what's going on and whatever they may do with the situation, you know what I'm saying? Fix it however they can fix it.
Exactly, man. Hopefully we can get some clarity in this situation, and we'll definitely keep the.
Yeah, this is a really nice snippet. I've never seen this YouTube channel before, but I like the commentary. And he's right. This seems like there's a story to be told. And I'm with F&M. 50 Cent, go ahead and make a TV show, a series. This is not even a movie. This is a series. We need to see what happened inside of the jail before they broke out. So the first season can be in the jail. And towards the end of the season, they can break out. And then season 2 can be what they did once they were on the run. Season 3 can be some of them getting captured, and we can tell more of what Antoine Massey and Derek Groves went through while they were on the run. Season 4 can be what life is like after they are recaptured. 50 Cent, go ahead and give me some credit in the credits. I just gave you 4 seasons and how to drag this story out, and I'm gonna be right there every episode watching. Because this is a good story that we are seeing in real time here. Y'all know how you know how Coach Ferg feel about these babies. You know what you have to say. I feel like every time I see Coach in the chat or on the piano, he said the same couple things. He talked about the crack babies, the crack generations. He talked about these bad little kids. He called them slow too. He talked about that. And he talked about the no good people in the world with the wigs on, with the eyelashes on. Coach Ferg be having me rolling. And Coach Ferg reminds me of how my dad used to talk, and I just think it's so funny. Like, my dad would just tell you how he felt about you when wouldn't hold nothing back. And that's how it is when you talk to Trey. Trey gonna tell you the truth, also known as Coach. Gonna tell you the truth. Yes, F&M, I just came out with the whole plot of the series. And if I get enough money one day to have me a studio, I'm gonna be a great producer. Cause I gave y'all 4 seasons. 4 seasons. We want to see what went on in the jail, and in the show us how they broke out that little toilet. We want to see and make sure you put the deputy in there that walked that maintenance worker into the cell, because we know the jail was corrupt, and we knew it was corrupt, and they told us how it all happened. But yeah, I just came out with the 4 seasons, y'all. But it might go up to more depending on how this all is gonna play out. And Mook said, bro's still gonna be time for breaking out. He could have sat down with the lawyer, shared, or the jail library. They got phones in jail if that was yeah. One thing I'll say is everything that we're seeing Anton do is definitely not gonna help. Like, it's just everything that's going on here is just all bad. It's all bad. Okay. End of the poll. 62% of y'all said no. Anton Massey is not innocent. And then 37% said yes. Okay. I know one thing. Whatever I'm doing during that day, I don't care. I'm gonna make sure I go live and we report on any updates with this story, because what happens today changed the game. Because before today, we had never heard from any of the inmates. All we were hearing from was the news, the lying sheriffs, the lying deputies who said it wasn't their fault. But we have not heard from any inmates. So this is a game changer. Um, oh my goodness. And where is Derek? Where is he at? Oh my goodness. So Rizzo said, what's so good about the story? We still haven't talked about Derek. And then that's another thing. And then they can honestly do a season on the backstory of all the inmates. Because there's 10 people here, just allegedly. Because I think it was more than 10 from that video I seen, but they said it was 10, so that's what we going with. And Mook said he could have recorded this whole thing and shared this story from there. I'm calling Cap. And at this point, I think he's just trying to save face. But when he went live, one thing I was kind of wondering about was, are the cell phone towers pinging a signal? And I hope he got out of there. We know, coach. We know, coach. Fierce, I'm a script writer. I'm in when you get to the studio. Laugh aloud. Yes, y'all. Look, I would love to have a studio because I already make a lot of content. But if we get a studio, you look, y'all know I know you too. I'll be asking all the questions. If, when, who, what, and where. um, Yes, I know you love kids, Trey. And that's why when you get up here and you speak, I don't think it's coming from a place of like being malicious. You know what I'm saying? Like I never thought that. But see, Trey, me and Coach Fred, we locked in. I love the kids and was always continue to help them 5K and counting. Yes, y'all, we're almost gonna be at 6K. Um But before we just gotta enjoy being now 7 goodies. We just gonna enjoy what we got going on, and we ain't even gonna think about the numbers and all that yet. But one thing we gonna talk about at this time for tea, we gonna talk about Anton Massey. I think I have one more video I wanted to show you guys, and I was planning on being up here for 2 hours, y'all. We got 3 hours on and counting. There was one more video I was going to show you guys, just kind of like summing up what's going on. Okay, I'm working on getting that pulled up too. Let's see. Yeah, so this morning we were actually going to talk about Cardi B, but then when I saw this news, I said, no, we got to talk about Cardi later on. She's too irritating anyway for the morning, in my opinion. Too irritating. This is. I was like, we got to get to Anton because this is way more juicy. Yes, it has been 3 hours, but you know what? When you're having a good conversation, a good stream, it doesn't even feel like that. But yeah, I was only going to do 2 hours. But I got one more video to show you guys. Thank you, Rizzo. Rizzo said, what's so good about the story? They don't have a clue where they're at. He literally just went live from the hiding spot. And they still have no idea. And then they want to say, "Oh, we think that they're still in the city. We're gonna catch them soon." No, you're not. You have no damn idea where they are. And you don't know what country, what state they are in. Just admit it. And then they try to give themselves a pat on the back for finding the 8 people. You shouldn't even do that because they shouldn't even be out here running amok. We don't know where Derek is. We don't know if Derek is adding bodies to his charges. We don't know if he got a family held hostage. He got some people in the basement. We don't know if he's on the way to Mexico. We don't know if he's out wearing a wig, walking with the streetwalkers. We don't know where Derek is at all. And the fact that Antoine Massey has 3 big tattoos on his face and is on IG going live, and y'all still ain't found them. Y'all should be ashamed of yourself. And we need to hear some people resigning and quitting, or resigning, going into early retirement, because this is a failure on so many levels. Y'all have no idea what these people are. Y'all need to admit it. Well, Derek Rose probably in Alaska. Hopefully bro runs to Cuba or Alaska. Look, I'm not telling y'all how to be criminals, but I am saying if you're on the run, Alaska is a good place because ain't nobody coming up here, especially when it get cold. They ain't looking for you like that. And that's exactly why I be doing my background checks on people, and I be looking at people, and I talk to everybody. And then yes, F&M has a great YouTube channel. She be doing 9-hour live streams, 12 hours. The max time me is 4 hours, and I got to go. She said, right, my 2 hours turned to 12 last time. Yes, because it's like you be up here talking, and you be like, dang, I talk a lot. But I ain't done. And then Mook said, I think Derek gonna be the last caught. The fact that Antoine Massey with 3 big tattoos on his face is a part of the last 2 caught is a shame. I'm surprised. Massey could blend in with the Mexicans if he gets rid of the tats. How long do y'all think before the last 2 get caught? How long do you think? Yeah, this story is wild. Man, let me share my screen with you guys. I have one more video to show y'all. This is a short one.
Breaking news.
Let out the GC.
17 days after 10 men scaled a jailhouse fence to freedom at the Orleans Justice Center, Antoine Massey, one of 2 men still on the run, pleads his case in social media videos. Good evening, I'm Meg Gatto.
And I'm Lauren McCoy. A law enforcement source tells Fox 8 investigators believe it is Massey.
Okay, 17 days. Somebody had asked me how long has it been, and I said 2 weeks and some days, but it's been 17 days. We're about to hit 3 weeks. That is insane. 17 days these men have been on the loose. Going live on Instagram and y'all still can't find them. I don't know who's sadder, them or y'all.
Massey in the videos and that they are actively looking into them. Gabby Killett shares more on Massey's message.
Lauren, Meg, Antoine Massey pleads his case on social media, calling on President Donald Trump, Kim Kardashian, and multiple rappers for.
He said Kim Kardashian. That must have been in another video. Okay, so he posted a slew of videos. I only played one in its entirety. Hey, Blaze, how are you doing? Look, me and F&M like his accent. He was dressed fly. He clearly is somebody's man already, though, because they are taking good care of him. Got him in a very nice apartment, nice outfit. He look like he been eating good. He don't look skinny and scrawny and weak. Somebody taking care of him. Like I said, looks like an eligible bachelor, ladies. Look, and he got kids. 18-year-old daughter who just graduated. And I think he said he got like a 3 or 4 year old, I think he said. Somebody already felt that way, Blaze. Nah, he not here. I don't got no time like that. But if you are on the run, I do think Alaska is a good place. But you should not be on the run. Mook said it has 4,008 followers. What has that many followers? What are you looking at? His social media accounts? But someone is helping him. And he looked like a very charming guy from what me and F&M could see. He had us convinced he was innocent. Why are you on the run?
For help as he maintains his innocence. Now, Massey claims the domestic abuse battery case he was booked with was filed by a jealous girlfriend. Massey calls the state of Louisiana corrupt for keeping him incarcerated and presents paperwork and his video that he says supports his innocence.
I'm showing y'all, the whole world, how corrupted the state of Louisiana is. I'm an innocent man. Yes, in my past, I made mistakes. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say mistakes. I was just young. You know what I'm saying? But the system has failed a lot of people, and not just me.
Now, Massey says he was facing life in prison and claims he left the jail because he was treated unfairly by the legal system.
Bro, that's not how it works. You don't say, you know what? I don't like you here. I think I'm going to walk out the door. Let me just go. So that's not how it works. And because you're being treated unfairly, who is being treated fairly inside of prison? Show me that person. I think everyone feels that way. But when you do crime, you don't get to choose the conditions of the punishment. That's why you're being punished. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so 4K followers on the IG account he went live on. Do you have the name of the account? But he said he was being treated unfairly. Like, bro, see, this is why some of y'all ain't gonna make it in today's time. Could you go somewhere you don't like it, you think you're gonna just walk out. You're gonna keep leaving your job. Then you're gonna just walk out of prison. Walk out on your baby mama because when you don't like something. That's not how it works in real life, you guys. And what is he showing his kids? When you don't like something, you just walk away. That's not a reasonable reaction to what you don't like. You can walk out. That's the problem. Y'all be so willing to walk out. Yeah, he was facing life, I believe, over these particular allegations. Or if maybe it was another one, he got a long rap sheet. Okay. You said, yeah, I posted it on IG. On IG? Is that your IG name? What are we adding? Oh, okay. That's the IG name on Instagram. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, but I think he was facing life over his allegations. Let me slide it back a little bit. Let me just let this video play out.
People, and not just me.
Now, Massey says he was facing life in prison and claims he left the jail because he was treated unfairly by the legal system. He also contests that he ever threatened a jail maintenance worker who was arrested in connection with the escape.
They try to paint a picture of me as this big old bad guy. Oh, I threatened Sterling, the maintenance man. How did I threaten you, bro? You can't even come around me without a deputy being on the tip.
And we'll have more on these videos coming up in our newscast at 9.
So that's how Antoine Massey looks. He is still on the run as of now. He did post a slew of videos. Okay, I'm gonna write down this name. I'm gonna look into it. He also posted a slew of videos on IG on this account that y'all have so graciously found. Shout out to the Foodiegang for doing the investigations. Okay. Later on today we're gonna talk about Cardi B and her shenanigans that she got going on. If there's any breaking news in this particular story, because we have been following it, I will come back and do a live on this because y'all, it's getting juicy. I feel like I'm watching a movie. Like I feel like I need to get some popcorn next time I come. Okay, and then Mookville said no, that's the account he went live on. And then it's like whoever account that is, they're probably gonna have some questions for that person also. They're gonna have some questions for that person. I wonder if that person is someone that we're gonna see get arrested, booked on charges. Y'all, it is not over. You know why it's not over? Because 2 men are still on the loose. We got Antoine Massey and Derrick Groves. This is the most recent update in this particular case. He went live on Instagram and pretty much said that he's innocent and he talked all about it. No, I would never do that, Blaze. I would never give another man your food. He said, most definitely not. Said we got him on lockdown. She's giving him my plates. Look, this is 907 Good Eats, not 907 Fugitive Eats. Look, I'm only you. If he was in my house, you think I'll be making this live stream right now talking about him? You think he would allow me to do all this? To make it ping my location? No, we ain't got no parts of this. But he does seem like a very charming man. I could see how he talked women into helping him. I say women because I don't think a man would really like, unless they were his homeboy, put themselves on the line like this. As far as giving him clothes, feeding him, letting them use their IG. I feel like women are behind this. You know, we got big hearts. We've been trying to help no good people. And FNM was actually talking about this earlier in the stream where about helping people, it's hard to help people. Because you just never know these days. And Blaze said, we see people snitch on themselves all the time on here, especially on panels. You don't see me telling on myself, though. Look, don't compare it to these people. You can already tell I ain't like them. Look, y'all, I gotta go. I gotta get Ava ready for gymnastics. But this is a 3.5-hour live stream. Shout out to the sponsor of the show. If you're watching this on the replay, comment down below, share this video out, send a super thanks or super chat. We are gonna be back here later on today talking about Cardi B. Also, you guys, keep your eye to the street. If you hear anything about this situation, go ahead and send me an IG, hit me up on Facebook. I am also going to be keeping my ear to the streets. Um, and I'm gonna be on the lookout for when they catch the rest of these inmates. This story to me has been very interesting, to say the least. Thank you so much, Fear. And I'm glad that you guys were here. I went live really, really early. So I was like, I don't know if they're going to be up because I don't normally go on this early. And your girl, you know how I'd be like an hour, 30 minutes late. I wasn't. It's like 10 minutes late, but I went live early. So I was like, I don't know if they're going to be up. But shout out to the Foodiegang, because y'all up. I see y'all up and ready for the tea. Ready for the mess. When do y'all go to sleep? It's like every time I'm up. Or every time I get on, y'all on. But I like that. I'm glad that you guys were all here today because what's going on now, is very, very shocking. We have never seen this in our lifetime. I know you have because I never have. I never even heard of something like this happening. Yes, and then Blaze said, "Oh, I hope Ava has a good practice today." So Ava got her boot probably about like a week and a half, but since she's had the boot, she's been scared to go to walk without her crutches. I think it was like a mental block. But now she has the boot. She is walking without her crutches. She is walking on her own with the boot. And so the next step is for us to take the boot off and she'll be back to regular self. Y'all, she has been so unhappy not being able to do her flips and all that. And it is 10:15 a.m. And thank you so much, Rizzo. And shout out to Rizzo. We are so sorry we tried to shun you and we talked bad about you. I'm glad you forgave us and you still part of the food gang. But it is 10:15. I think I went live at like 6:30. I don't know if they're gonna be up, but I'm gonna report on this. And Blaze said I was here 2-3 hours late, but hey, I still came through. And shout out to Blaze. Thank you so much. Blaze like the eye in the sky and he like swoops down every once in a while. But thank you so much, Blaze. And I know you only go to a few channels. I appreciate us, over here being one of those channels. And Mook said it's 11:14 a.m. Blaze said, me sleep. Oh, okay. And then Fear said it's 2:14. Yeah, so y'all, it's really early here. Hey, sis, what's going on, sis? What's going on, sis? We up early being messy. We up early talking about people. You know how we do. No, I'm not on the week nothing. And yeah, so I'm very happy for Ava. Even when she had her cast on, had her boot and crutches on, she went to practice every day and had a positive attitude, ready to train, even when she wasn't all the way 100% feeling her best self. She still showed up. And then one thing I'll say about Ava, she has like really shown me, like as an adult, to never give up. And I'm saying that because these gymnasts, they go through a lot. And so she's like, oh my God, like Ava, just seeing how determined she is to be so young. I'm like, man, I can't never give up. Sis, and look what you laughing at. Sis, you missed a whole lot. But don't worry, I'm gonna update you. Okay, this will happen in a nutshell. The 10 inmates that escaped from the New Orleans jail, out of the 10, 8 of them have been captured. There is still 2 inmates on the run. One of the inmates, Antoine Massey, made a series of Instagram lives less than 24 hours ago, explaining his side of the story. During the lives, he mentioned that he is innocent. New Orleans parish is corrupt. The deputy let him out of jail, but he did run out of there. And he made some big allegations. We also learned from Antoine Massey and from Jay Rizzo that the girl that is alleging the domestic abuse was actually jumped by a bunch of girls, and that's why her face was knotted up. She then called the police and said it was Antoine Massey, but it was really some girls allegedly. Toya, sis, and Foodiegang, it's been an action-packed show. We just learned a lot. And a little one Negro, what's going on? What's going on? He said, told you he was helped. And you know what? I'm kind of glad Antoine Massey spoke out, because we were all feeling like there was some corruption going on, and we were feeling like the deputies had something to do with it. And that's what Sterling's lawyer said. He said that it was the deputies. So now we have one of the inmates saying that it was the deputies. I believe that part. Now, the story with the girl, I don't know. She's saying that she was beat up, and then she came back and said it was a lie. He's saying that it was really some girls that beat him up or beat her up, but she put it off on him. A whole bunch of mess going on. But yes, sis. I didn't even know about the girl part until I was on live. So that was another part to the story that I learned later on. I'm like, do we need to do a part 2? Sis said, wow. Him and everyone that is in jail say they're innocent. I mean, can anybody really debate that? Everyone that's in jail says that they didn't do it. And I'm not saying that they did or didn't, but everybody says that. So, that gives me an idea. Oh, Blake said, 907, what about doing like an Ava appreciation stream? Something that might make her smile and you could speak on things that you yourself have learned from her. I think that's a great idea. That's a great idea. And when we like have milestones in our life, Ava will be like, can we do a live so we can tell the Foodiegang about it? So she loves you guys also. And Ava is the reason why we are YouTubers. It all started with her channel, Ava's Playtime, and then we got 907 Goodies. If it wasn't for Ava, I wouldn't even be up here. I never even wanted to be a YouTuber. Like, that was never my dream in life. But now that I started, I can't stop. And my sister said, wow, that's crazy. But females do that crap. Yes, they sure do. They sure do. Okay, and then one thing I didn't even mention, Antoine Massey during his live streams, he said he wanted help from Donald Trump, Meek Mill, Lil Wayne, and NBA YoungBoy. I don't even know, y'all. I don't even know. But I gotta go, gotta head out. Thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think about Antoine Massey being innocent. What are your thoughts about that? That's a great idea. I love the idea that you came up with, Blaze. And I had a good time with y'all up early in the morning. Y'all ready to get this tea. Keep my ear to the streets and I'm gonna see what else is gonna go on. But I know this. If Anton Massey is not captured by the end of today, shame on y'all in New Orleans. Because that man literally went live from the hideout spot. Y'all got all this technology and all these cell phone towers. He got 3 big tattoos on his face, and y'all still can't find him? And we ain't even gonna talk about Derek. Just say y'all don't know where that man is. Thank you so much, Rizzo, for coming. I hope you come again. And we believe Rizzo, okay? We believe him, protect him at all costs. And okay, sis. You know what's so funny? Right after my live, she called me. She like, TT, what? um, she said they're saying it was a double recording. He filmed it pre-recorded on one device and recorded it from another live. Okay, that's weird though. They helping him. They helping hide him. Look, we gotta do a part 2, and I want y'all to come up and talk to me. I want to hear from Fear. I want to hear from Illuma Negro, but not during this live because I gotta go. But maybe we should do another live, and I want to hear, like, physically hear what y'all thinking. But yeah, we got to get up out of here. I gotta go. That was a good show. You know the thing I love about my content is that when you leave 907 Good Eats, you leave feeling good. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not mad, you're not angry, you're like you feel good. And that's what good content is supposed to do. But yes, we gotta do a part 2. I want to hear some of y'all thoughts. I want y'all to come up. I know this live stream is pretty early for me, but I want to hear what y'all got to say. And I'm so glad I brought this story to y'all because y'all helped me with my research. All right, I'm gonna hit y'all with the outro video. I'll see you guys in the next one. We're gonna go live later on and we're gonna talk about Cardi B, that whole shenanigans, what's going on with that. Tomorrow we're gonna talk about food stamps. I have some pre-recorded videos that are gonna come out tomorrow. I'll see y'all next one. This is time for tea. Let me play this video before we get up out.
Please hold for a very important message.
And the message is stay out of trouble. That's my final thought. Stay out of trouble. You don't got to worry about this. And shout out to everybody in the chat. Thank you so much, Rizzo, Mukavelli, Blaze, Illumina Fear No Mortals, Big Bad Bull, Coach Ferg. Thank you to Joanne and so many other great names. Thank you guys for coming by, always supporting. Shout out to Angela Reddick for being a sponsor of the show. I'll see y'all on the next one. I'm out of here.
Foodiegang, gang, gang. Foodiegang, gang, gang. Foodiegang gang gang. Foodiegang gang gang. Foodiegang gang gang. This is Chef Big Bang. Thank you so much for watching at 907 Good Eats. Make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next Wednesday at 9 a.m. I'm out.